Aerosmith 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. And that's wrapping up a block of classic rock there. Kicked it all off with, well, it was a double shot of Aerosmith there, actually. And before that, had Bruce Springsteen in there and some Bad Company, some Metallica to kick off the 3 o'clock hour. It's Rob Hicks here with you, and filling in for the pilot of the airwaves, John Coombs, who has begun his summer vacation just a little bit early. And, for us, and I've got Steve Rimmer with me, too.
Hello there.
Hello. For us, it's not actually a vacation in the strictest sense of the word, because a vacation is something nice. Vacation is when you don't have to work. You get an opportunity to go out and do a whole bunch of stuff and, enjoy life and do the things you love to do. We love doing the radio program, and we can't do that for a few months. So for us, it's, it is a vacation, but we're not students because we're old. And, it's summer vacations are just not the same when you're in your 30s and 50s, respectively.
Thank you.
So how are you, Steve?
I'm good. Good.
As many of you may know, or may not know, I don't know, we're the hosts of the Saturday Night Soundtrack, and Saturday Night Soundtrack has got its last show tonight, and we're sort of kicking in and warming up to that now.
Big one.
8 hours of commercial-free classic rock is underway. So, so call us up. We do all requests, too. So 508-531-1303. Give us a call. There is a third member of our happy troupe who always comes in here every week. Yeah, our entourage. Jared Barbetta is going to be with us later in the evening once the Saturday Night Soundtrack kicks in at full swing. That's going to be at 5 o'clock. We're going to get into, really the official Saturday Night Soundtrack program. At this point, it's like the Saturday afternoon soundtrack, but that's cool. Because what better day than today to have classic rock going on the radio? I mean, it's beautiful out there today.
It's gorgeous.
Drive around, get your windows down, a little breeze in your hair. I've already encountered Mikey D for the day, so I mean, my day's already, you know what I mean? Like, my day's already going. Everything's already great as far as I'm concerned, because Mikey D has already made an appearance. I stopped in at Tedeschi's, grabbed some provisions, and was on my way out. And Mikey D was on his way in. And he was pretty excited that we were kicking off everything just a little bit earlier today. So Steve is lining up his show. He's got a lot of show and tell for us today.
Oh, I do.
I have a feeling that sometime within the next block that we're about to get into, we're going to play one of these, I think, right off the bat. Get going in it. I see some Van Morrison there. Mm-hmm. Is this the Georgie Fame album?
It is.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. We'll play something off of that, too. I love Van Morrison.
Definitely.
Great guy.
The version of Moondance on this is incredible.
Yes, yeah. I like that. You know what? Let's play that in the next block. Okay. Done. First decision of the day made.
And a good one.
Perfect.
Yes.
And 508-531-1303. Once again, you can call us up. You can request anything that you want. We're easy. I mean, as long as it's classic rock, I guess. I guess we're not that easy. And if you ask some of the people,
I'd go easy with the word easy.
Like Sunday morning, no?
Yes.
If you ask some of the people who have called us in the past whether or not we're easy to get their requests on, they'll tell you that it basically just depends on whether or not we like it.
Exactly.
Because we've basically gotten requests before and have strong-armed the folks into saying, well, no, we're not actually playing that. That's terrible. That's terrible. Pick something else, sir. What is wrong with you? So, we're going to get into the next classic rock block right now, actually, so that we can get to the Van Morrison and get to the other show and tell that Steve's got for us. It's going to be a long one, so we're here for you. Stick with us for the duration. 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. It's Rob Hicks, Steve Rimmer, and The Who. BIM.
Welcome to the...
Ah, yes. It's the one they used to call the Lizard King. Jim Morrison and the Doors, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Rob Hicks here with you. Steve Rimmer across from me. Wrapping up a big classic rock block. We heard Pearl Jam before that. Fleetwood Mac was in there. Van Morrison with Georgie Fame doing a fantastic jazzy version of Moondance. That was off the album called How Long Has This Been Going On? Kicked off the whole block with The Who. And it's 3:51. We're the Saturday Night Soundtrack crew, but we're just kind of warming up for the Saturday Night Soundtrack right now. We're going to kick into that officially at 5 o'clock, 6 hours of commercial-free classic rock. But we got going at 3 today, which means you're going to get 8 hours of us. Oh, 8 hours of all classic rock, too.
Exactly.
That's the most important part to you, probably. Not really who's playing it. So give us a call, because we're doing all requests right now, so we can get your... I think we got enough time. Get your stuff on.
We've got plenty of time today.
I think we got enough time. 508-531-1303. And I did my due diligence, Steve, and I checked to make sure as far as the building goes, that they're actually going to be open until 11 o'clock.
That's always good to know.
Yeah, I made the phone call this morning at about 8:30, especially when I got I got a message late last night from John Coombs, pilot of the airwaves, saying he wasn't going to come in today at 3, and said if you want to come in early and do it, have at it. So I figured if we're going to come in early, probably should make sure that it is actually going to be 8 hours and the building's actually going to be open.
Yes.
That's usually helpful. So turned out that it is. No problems. We're good. Jared Barbetta is going to join us later on. I'm assuming that he's going to be on time.
He said he would be on time.
He didn't say anything. I knew he had to work his other job, but he didn't say anything about I'm going to be in later than usual. He basically just said when I texted him about us starting at 3, he said, well, I can't really repeat what he said, but the gist of it was he would have really loved to be here. Unfortunately, other commitments require him not to be. But that he would be back at 5 o'clock, and that's fine.
He did say he was bringing lots of show and tell.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
Music-wise, right?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
It could be anything with Jared.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of, sir.
Exactly.
That's what I'm making sure of. So we got a good show lined up for tonight, and we got good classic rock going right now. And your request can be part of it. So again, 508-531-1303. I look forward to hearing from all the regulars, and by all the regulars, I mean Greg.
Hello, Greg.
Hello.
Hello.
So hopefully he'll give us a call. He has no idea we're on right now.
No.
By the time he talks to us, we're going to be so punchy with classic rock. We're going to be like, we've already been on for 5 hours. He's going to be like, what are you talking about? You guys have been on for 5 hours. What do you mean?
It's a marathon.
Understand what you're talking about. Back when I used to do the basement on Thursday nights here, when I went to college and was actually a student, and we're talking, this was, let's just say 10 plus years, and we'll leave it at that. It's more like 15.
Oh, okay.
It's more like 15, and depending on if you're going to count the end of my broadcasting career here in college as opposed to the beginning, if you're going to talk about the beginning, we're coming up on 20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not quite 20, but we're closer to 20 than 15, if you're going to count that way.
So you were, what, 6 when you started college, then?
About 5.5.
5.5,
I was in the accelerated program. But back when I did that, we used to carve out one day a year. I don't remember when the tradition started, and I don't necessarily know why we were allowed to do this, but I never questioned it because it was something that was done for the basement before I ever took it over, so we just kept doing it. It was one day in May, and it was, in March, and it was usually the first Thursday after the spring break, where we would just take over the entire day of programming, and we would do classic rock from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Nice.
That was fun, and by the end of the day, I was extremely, extremely tired. That was it was just one of those days, and I don't even remember. It's like, if I try to think back about the logistics of it, as far as what I did, where classes were concerned, I obviously just missed them. I don't know. I don't really know what I did there.
Now, in those days, it was CDs, yeah?
Yeah. Those days it was CDs. Didn't have any iPhones, didn't have any iPods. It was just CDs, so I would just bring books of CDs up here. My shoulders got a workout. They haven't had as much of a workout in the past 10, 15, 20, however you want to count it. So they've sagged in the meantime.
Yes, I can tell.
At the time, it was very, what I mean?
I've got other things that have sagged in the meantime. Just so you know.
Good. How much do you want to know about your radio personalities? And we are going to go far beyond that. Far beyond that. You know what I want to know is about this track that we got coming up.
Oh, Dr. Feelgood.
Yes.
They were the epitome of the classic English pub band. Never really made it huge, but very fun. Very distinctive guitar work. Most of them are dead.
So maybe not to be creepy about this,
in fact,
you're about to listen to some dead people.
Wilco Johnson, who's the guitar player here with the very individual style, had some sort of a problem last year where they had to take out almost all of his internal organs, and he survived. So he's actually back on the road again now.
That is awesome.
Exactly.
That's awesome. He's back on the road without his internal organs.
Exactly.
Fantastic. This is back when he had his internal organs, correct?
It is, yes.
What's the name of the song?
She Does It Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not that I was quizzing you, but I sort of drew a blank, and then I was asking you, and then I was like, oh, boy.
Order.
Steve doesn't know.
No, I know.
We're going to be in some trouble. Here it is, Dr. Feelgood, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Call us up for requests, 508-531-1303. Classic rock till 11 o'clock. The Modern Lovers, featuring Jonathan Richman, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Rob Hicks here with you. Steve Rimmer. If Dirty Water is the anthem for Boston, then Roadrunner has to be the anthem for just Massachusetts in general.
Really?
All the landmark droppings, like 128 when it's dark outside,
nice.
driving past the Stop and Shop, and basically it's all about He actually said at one point that he wrote the song when I have a feeling that there may have been some substances involved here, because I don't think most people feel like this, but he was talking about driving on 128 in Massachusetts and just coming up over a hill and just seeing the lights, and he said he almost cried, and he just felt so enraptured by the sight that actually is Massachusetts at night, that he was just...
See, this is why I love this show.
He was just
so
overcome.
Many new things.
You know,
I didn't even know.
Overcome. Really?
No.
Yeah.
Never knew.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that really don't hear the lyrics.
It's also kind of difficult in that song to hear the lyrics. I mean, he's sort of verging on Jack Eli status there, sort of like kind of away from the mic, sort of yelling into it. And some of it is unintelligible, but a lot of it is just him talking about the landmarks within Massachusetts and loving to drive around and be a roadrunner in Massachusetts. We could have the Bee Gees song as an anthem called Massachusetts, but I would prefer... For everyone who doesn't know,
Massachusetts.
that is not a sheep. That is Steve Rimmer's Barry Gibb impersonation. I would much rather have Roadrunner by the Modern Lovers. That's wrapping up a big classic rock block. Heard Steely Dan before that, Bon Jovi from their first album, ZZ Top, Beatles, Genesis all in there, and kicked it off with Dr. Feelgood, which is a contribution from Steve. The second, but not the last.
No.
Let's say it that way.
Yes.
It's 4:23. Steve, if you and I were one of those regular people who were satisfied with just doing one shift here at WBIM, we'd be closer to the end of it than the beginning of it at this point.
We'd be in the parking lot, usually. At this point.
We'd have 37 minutes left.
Exactly.
If we went exactly to the
Oh,
end.
God, can you imagine just doing a 2-hour show?
That's what I'm saying. We'd basically only have about a half hour left at this point.
No.
Can you imagine?
Horrible.
I can't imagine. This is all, of course, a warm-up for Saturday Night Soundtrack, which we're going to kick into officially at 5 o'clock. It's just more of this.
That's when all of our regular listeners will tune in.
Exactly. It's more of this and it's more of us. It's commercial-free classic rock till 11 o'clock. But you can make your requests now. You can make your requests then. We're taking them all. 508-531-1303. It's our last show of the semester, so we're doing it up. And to celebrate, I'm a junk food person. And specifically, I am a person who will sample anything if it sounds odd, weird, bizarre, a combination of things you wouldn't tend...
What you have today is definitely odd, weird, bizarre.
Right, combinations of things you wouldn't think to put together. Case in point, I tried the avocado, guacamole, bacon, and cheese flatbread from Dunkin' Donuts this morning.
Oh.
That was interesting. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's an experiment I would repeat, primarily just because the guacamole has to be fresh. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this wasn't fresh. I'm just saying, like, once you put it on a sandwich and it's all melty, and I don't really know what the consistency was when it first started, before it was even put on the sandwich and then heated. I don't know. I like my guacamole chunky and a little bit cool, and I just,
like yourself.
Steve just called me fat and cool at the same time. I'm going to call that even. Not sure to take it as a compliment or not. We'll deal with that. So what I have here, my whole point being, I have these combos. I stopped by at Tedeschi's, as I mentioned earlier, and needed to pick up some snackage along with my beverages, because I figured, it's going to be a little bit before we actually order the food. So I said, well, I'll bring something in just to hold me over. And I see something that says new on a combo bag.
If it's new, you got to try it.
Which right away makes me say, new, eh? These are sweet and salty, vanilla frosting filled combos.
Pretzels.
Yes. So these are the pretzel combos. So they're not like the cheesy outside ones. They're the pretzel ones, which normally have cheese or some sort of kickin' pizza or some sort of weird flavor in them. These have vanilla frosting. So I want the listeners to be a part of this experiment with me. So I'm going to try to open the bag first.
Sounds good.
And then I'm going to try one while I'm already smelling vanilla frosting as I open the bag here. So I'm going to try one while I'm here and see how this goes.
I'm watching his face while he does. Oh, you can hear the crunch.
I don't know.
Yes, no?
I don't know. Hold on. I think I need another one. They're okay.
Okay, good.
They're okay. They're not making me go, whoa.
I'll be in there and try one in a minute.
I don't necessarily, yes, try as many as you want. I don't know if I'm like bowled over by how great they are, but it's an interesting combination. I do like the whole idea of the combination of sweet and salty. That's always been something I have actually liked.
As she said.
So, and that is how tonight will go. Jared's not even here yet. He's not even here yet, and this is how it's already going.
Exactly.
So folks,
he's on his way.
this is the only place I've ever seen them, by the way, is Tedeschi's. I've only seen the vanilla frosting combos at Tedeschi's. So, and that's the Tedeschi's here specifically in Bridgewater. So, if you want to try them out, get on down to Tedeschi's, grab yourself a bag. They have a whole bunch on one of those front end caps there. And there you go. This hour of programming sponsored by Combos, apparently. I don't know.
Yes.
But they're okay. That's the rating I'm going to give them at this point. So, that's how it's going to go.
You know, we've never played reggae on this show.
It's a good reason for that. What is that?
Yeah, later.
Okay. after I say it's a good reason, you're like, I've actually got some, and we're going to play it. It's happening. Jared said he's on his way, so we're going to get the pleasure of his company pretty soon.
Pleasure.
I mentioned earlier that I ran into Mikey D at Tedeschi's, and he told me something that was a little bit concerning, but walking in here, it looked okay. What he said to me was, he was like, I'm going to be up, I'm going to be up to see you guys, but probably more, you're going to get more of me later, because my supervisor's kind of like moving around, like looking over stuff and everything. He's like, we got a lot of stuff that we're doing on the floor. We're like doing some waxing and everything. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, not waxing again.
Oh.
Because the last time there was waxing, it meant that we had to run downstairs halfway across the floor to use the facilities.
Can't do that to us again.
But that does not appear to be the case.
Good.
The men's room looks to be in perfect working order when we came up here. I think I remember Mikey D at some point mentioning that he was waxing on the other side of the floor that we're on.
Okay,
so
we can handle that.
believe that means that we're in the clear.
Good.
So that's good. Tell us, as you always do, Steve, about the track we got coming up.
I've lost track of it. Oh, is it Steve Hackett? Clocks?
Yes, it is Steve Hackett.
No, it's when he left Genesis, he started his little solo career, and this is probably the best song that he recorded.
For those of you who aren't aware, because maybe at 4:29 in the afternoon you're not usually hearing us, because we usually come on at 5, Steve is a fan of anyone from Genesis as long as they're not in Genesis at the time.
Exactly.
That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, he did this song when he was in Genesis. I thought Genesis was terrible. He's great by himself, though. Here's Steve Hackett for you. The name of the song is Clocks, the Angel of Mons. Enjoy. 91.5 WBIM. 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday night soundtrack officially underway. Welcome, Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, Steve Rimmer.
We are
Hi.
complete.
What's happening?
Hey, what's going on?
I am here now.
Yeah, you are. You are. You have graced us with
Plugged
your
in
presence.
and excited to be here
It's great.
for our swan song.
Yeah.
I'm excited too.
Are you?
Yeah, it is.
For what? I'm not excited. I want the show to end.
No, I don't
Can we
think so
talk to Pete and make sure that we just keep going?
We can't keep going.
Says who?
But because we just, it's the building hours. It has
Doesn't
nothing
matter.
to do with, it's the building hours.
Doesn't matter. Have you seen Ocean's 11?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
So
just,
Hey, no, here's a question.
Yeah, yep.
When they're not actually on the radio, do they keep that thing going?
What's the thing? The
tick.
The tick.
Oh, yes, they do.
So that keeps going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that keeps up.
Well, why waste the battery on the tick when you could just have the old man crew coming in here?
Steve, can you help me with this? I've tried to explain this a few ways. It's the building
Well,
being
I know exactly what you're
and
saying.
not being open.
I know exactly what you're saying, but do you see the look of care on my face?
Yeah, I do, but I'm just trying to tell you.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know. 508-531-1303. Give us a call. You can like us on Facebook, Saturday Night Soundtrack. You can follow.
try.
Yeah, you can follow us on Twitter at SM Soundtrack. And as I mentioned last week, maybe you're thinking to yourself, why would I bother to do that at this point, this late in the game?
Oh, especially if you guys are going to be off the airwaves for 8 months.
Great, but the good thing is that what we're going to do is we're going to keep posting things during. It's shorter than 8 months. We're going to continue to post things over the summer. I think we're going to post. We'll post some relevant classic rock articles, news, features.
How about videos of us jousting?
No, but
Is anything we do relevant?
it's debatable. It's debatable.
We're all old men.
We're gonna post some best ofs, and it'll be great.
And a video of us jousting. Look for that.
Yes.
Is that like a new in my pocket?
You know what?
I just glad to see you.
Like the Twitter and follow us just for the jousting video, and keep an eye out for it all summer.
It's going to come.
Just keep an eye out for it all summer.
It's going to come quick.
Like you said.
Speaking of the Twitter, good news is we gained we gained one follower this week.
We didn't.
We gained one follower.
No, we
Really?
Well, hold on. We gained a follower. Yeah, we gained a follower called. It just had something to do with like concert tours or something like that. And they stopped following us within about a day, and then we lost another follower on top of that.
Yes, I like how you lead in with, here's some good news, fellas, and then by the way, it happened. Okay.
So our followers are at 8. We used to be at 9. We were at 10 briefly for 24 hours. And we're now at 8. We're now at 8. But hey, we can take your requests.
We can.
We're here for that all night until 11 when they kick us out. So 508-531-1303. Give us a call. It's all request commercial free classic rock until 11 o'clock for the last time this semester.
Yes.
I wouldn't read one of these.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
There's some very classic ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what you're looking at.
We have show and tell here. We have the world's shortest story book.
Yeah. Okay. Bart choked on his Corona when 2 female legs disappeared beneath his table.
Yes.
The end.
Sweat.
I'm like, have you pre-read this, sir? Just the switch goes off. You don't even realize that you're saying stuff out loud.
There's more. There's more.
Okay.
Glorious lips spoke. What do you do? Oh, man, he's sweating.
Oh, this is great. I'm sweating just because it's so hot in here, by the way.
Yeah, it
You
is
just wait until 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in between Satan's legs.
This is what we've been waiting 2 hours. I mentioned to Steve that, just to put it in perspective, because we kicked off at 3 o'clock, and I said to him around 4:30, I was like, if we were one of those regular people who did regular shows, we'd be almost done by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, certainly.
Imagine just doing a 2-hour show.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So let me continue.
Oh, God.
He sold cars. I produced Broadway plays. Right, he's lying to this girl. I hope you were this beautiful dreamer I met once on a car lot, she said, leaving. He called work, quit, and followed her into the night.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
We got a whole book of these, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got more. We'll each read one.
This is what you're in for.
Oh, yeah.
This is what you're all in for.
This is what they're all...
The beauty of it is it's split up into topics.
Oh, really? What? Now we're definitely going to read these.
Will you investigate that while we get into some more classic rock?
Sure.
Yeah, I got stuff for you.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Bring it on.
I'm sweating.
I'm sweating, too. You don't know.
Smells like a wet cardboard box in here.
Okie dokie. 508-531-1303. New classic rock block coming up. Got one of the bands that was lucky enough to have Joe Walsh attached to them. Coming up next, BIM.
Saturday nights with Rob Hicks. He's like Wolfman Jack, without the beard, money, or timeless popularity.
Coincidence? I think not.
Bridgewater's Saturday night soundtrack on 91.5 WBIM.
It's Allman Brothers, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater Saturday night soundtrack. That one coming off the Eat a Peach album. Before that, in that block, we heard from Nirvana, AC/DC, The Clash, kicked it all off with the James Gang. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, Steve Rimmer, 532.
5:32.
Yeah.
So, feels like we've been on the air for a couple of hours already.
Yeah, something like that, but we're just getting warmed up. So 508-531-1303. Give us a call and request any classic rock you want. I'll request classic rock until 11 o'clock. You can like us on Facebook, Saturday Night Soundtrack, and you can follow us on Twitter at SN Soundtrack. If you've ever called the show, if you've ever been put on the air, as Greg Black now knows, you're out there. You're on YouTube. It is. It behooves you, sirs and madams, well, basically just sirs, to check out that channel, find out everything that's going on out there, especially if you've been on the show. Steve.
Yes.
I need you to educate me.
Okay.
Especially in light of the fact that we may have listeners from across the pond. Mm-hmm. Tell me about the elections. Tell me what's going on. Obviously,
Well, no,
keep it high level, but try to explain to me what the impact of all this is and what the heck happened.
The biggest impact is that nobody won outright last time. So the Conservatives had to form a coalition government with the Liberal Democrats, and it was a way of keeping them in check. Now, with the election that took place yesterday, they've won all out. So there'll be no holding them back. They can basically do whatever they want now.
I see.
It's like the whole of the Senate becoming Republican all of a sudden.
Gotcha.
So there's no...
100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they can basically do whatever they want, and a lot of what they'll probably want to do is probably not what a lot of English people would want them to do, so I don't know why the hell they voted for them in the first place.
That's the fire I was looking for.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Cameron now can just do whatever he wants, and he's got 5 years to do it in, because they can't kick him out. So.
Take his sweet time. That's great.
The one thing I want them to do, and the only good thing that I think they could do at this point, is get Britain out of the EEC. If they did that, I'd be happy. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. But here's a fun fact. I think I texted you. The Monster Raving Loony Party actually got 3,500 votes.
Yes.
Yes, I thought it was amazing that they could still do that.
Of course, I read that text and I was like, here's a good opportunity for Steve to educate me on some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't actually know.
Here's the weirdest thing, is the way that the electoral system is set up in England. The Liberals, by far, usually get more votes than either Labour or the Conservatives. But because of the way the system's set up, they don't win as many seats, so they don't get into power. Even though more people... I actually wrote it out once. I managed to put it on paper. More people can vote for the Liberals than either the Conservatives or Labour, but still, Labour or the Conservatives will get into power.
So it's almost like when you have... Is it anything like when you have an independent running here, and it's kind of like you could have a bunch of people vote for him, but it's not going to make a difference?
Yeah.
Because the electoral votes kick in, and that's exactly what it's all about.
Exactly. It's very, very similar. So even though the actual populace... might vote more for them, because the amount of seats aren't available to them, they don't get in power.
You can vote for the independent Liberals all you want. Guess what's going to happen?
And here's the fun thing. People have said, well, why don't they change the system? Well, any group that comes to power in England has come to power because of the system. So why would they ever want to change it once they're in power?
It benefits them for it to just be completely the way it is.
It's the same reason why we only have Democrats and Republicans here.
Exactly.
Right.
Same
exactly.
And get the Rainbow Party.
Very similar.
So, 508-531-1303. Call us up. We don't care what side you're on. Doesn't matter. We don't care what your political affiliation is. Just don't tell us.
We just care that you're American.
We just nice. No, we don't even care. We don't even actually care about that. So Jared is mistaken. So. 508-531-1303.
Hey.
And,
Hey.
Yeah.
So I'm over here all bummed out.
Sure.
That, the third man on Criterion is like $100,000 on eBay, because it's out of print, right?
Sure.
I'm like, wow, this stinks. Right, but then I see that there's a release date for it to come back out. Not on Criterion, though. It's a 4K restoration.
What studio's putting it out?
Studio Canal.
Studio Canal. Okay.
Yeah, the people who currently own the rates. But WTF? Because I want all that Criterion magic that comes with it. But I don't want. I mean, like, it's 4K though. Oh, someone likes us. Someone doesn't like this boring conversation.
Or they don't like Criterion.
Yeah.
BIM.
Hello.
It worked.
Yeah, it did. What's happening? Hello, you're on the air. How can we help you?
I think this
somebody's
getting
drunk.
I think this is going to get dumped.
Yeah.
I think that's a dump.
Hey, thanks for calling. Call us back when you have something to say. All right, we'll play with you when you want to call
something
and
that's intelligible.
Have something that we can listen to you
Some
with.
syllables that you can put together. This is what we get for doing a show on the optional, the optional week. So what's going on?
Hey, it works.
It's a phone, sir. That's why it worked. So the great thing about the show we're doing now is this is the week when everything's optional. Everyone is basically just sort of,
Fighting around.
Yeah, they're just buried. You're either buried deep in studying for finals and you're really screwed, or you're at the point where it doesn't really make that much of a difference what you do right now, or you're well off and you feel pretty confident.
Yeah.
But at this point, on this weekend, This is basically it. This is the only option that you have.
They're back again.
All right, here we go.
Why don't you talk to Steve?
Okay.
Why don't I try to take this off the air, given how that last one went?
Steve,
Exactly.
what are you looking at over there?
No, I was looking at the odd writings on the back of this.
Okay.
Clockwork Orange
Did
album.
you see Avengers?
No.
It sucked.
You know what? I was going to ask your opinion on that because a lot of people said it sucked, other people said it was great.
I saw it, and it sucked.
Now, there's something about the Age of Ultron that they're looking for at the end, apparently. There's an Easter egg there.
Yeah, but it's not at the end. There's nothing at the end.
Really?
If you're going to go see Avengers, there's nothing at the end. Don't sit there and wait until the end of the
sit
credits.
there through 6 or 7 minutes hoping there's going to be a stinger of some sort.
They have a stinger mid-credits. So you have that credits that has all the fun little things that are going on as the credits are going, but then when it gets to the actual credits, don't sit through that. There's nothing there. Just sit through the mid-credits, so you're looking at like maybe 2 minutes.
Okay.
So, don't waste your time.
And then get up and go to your car
Yeah.
and evacuate with everyone else.
But like I said, that movie sucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't sit through it at all then.
No,
That's
like
basically what
a
you're saying.
working girl in an alley. It was just bad. You missed me. I know you did. I know you missed me.
I missed the beads of sweat
So
dotting my forehead.
I have a rant.
Oh, you got a rant.
Oh, good.
Well, I was going
Rant
to save
it.
for later.
Rant.
Do it now.
I can
Rant
do it
it.
now.
Yeah, do
So
it now.
The wife and I went out shopping just about a week ago, and we needed some gas. So we pulled in to a gas station where there was a guy in a minivan, and he had parked squarely blocking all 3 of the pumps. Okay.
How's that even possible?
He did. He managed it.
I'm trying to visually imagine that.
He
and
was
I
going
can't.
for the middle pump, but he was essentially blocking the one behind him and the one in front of him to the point that we couldn't get to them because we'd have had to have hit his car to do so.
Aha.
So he'd finished.
I already feel like I hear a solution here, but continue.
Yeah. So he finished pumping gas. I'm not driving, by the way, the wife is. And then he continues by wiping, or cleaning, the little stick thing that they get with the water.
Sure.
He starts to clean his windshield. We're just sitting there waiting to get
Right.
gas, okay?
Because nobody can get at a pump at this point.
No, this takes like 5 minutes. I mean, like he couldn't see us. So then he goes to put it back, and I'm like, okay, now he's going to move away.
We're moving along, yes.
And we're going to be fine. No, he pulls it out again and comes around to the back of his car and starts cleaning the back window. And all the time the wife is saying, Stephen, don't open the door. Please don't put down the window. And I'm honking on the horn. I mean, I wanted to go at this guy so badly, and she wouldn't let me. So eventually we had to literally back out of the gas station and take off and go somewhere else. Now, how ignorant is that?
The thing about the gas stations and me is that, like, someone pulls up and they do take the first one or the second bay, even though the first bay is open. I'm like, please just pull ahead.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
others can
exactly.
use it. Don't be a Richard.
Right.
What's your problem?
Because otherwise people
I'm going to
either
honk my horn at you.
You can't get at it, or you have to go around the other side and back. And who wants to go around and then back in
I don't
next
want
to a pump?
because
that's not happening.
then you have that awkwardness when you start doing that, right?
Right.
Some smart guy thinks that he can just come in and just like, oh, he's leaving, and they take the spot, and you're like, whoa, now I have no spots.
Sure. The other thing that bugs me is just when people do take the second one and you pull up and you're ready for them to, you can tell they've just gotten back in their vehicle. Oh, good, they're about done. And then they just sit there doing whatever. They're talking on their phone, they're adjusting their pants. I don't know what's happening, but they just don't go, and it's like, can you just go?
See, I knew this
so that
story
I'm
would
not
bring
at
up
the
some...
first one.
Yeah. I really hate when I get propositioned at the window.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you like a job? No, thank you. No, don't get gas. Don't get gas north of Boston. That's where they just, you're like, oh, window washing, cool. And they're like, no. They want a different kind of window washing.
Okay.
Yep. So another big classic rock block coming up.
Starting to go down the alley again.
Yeah, go down the alley. That's how bad Avengers was. Think about that when you go to see the Avengers tonight. Don't do it. It's bad. It's terrible.
508-531-1303. Another big classic rock block coming up. Going to kick it off with a Rolling Stone song that Ian Stewart did not play the piano part on because there were just too many minor chords, and, well, he just didn't like that.
If your bed is in a small town and that's good enough for you, you're one of the only listeners who can hear us on an actual radio. Congratulations! Bridgewater's Saturday Night Soundtrack with Rob Hicks on 91.5 WBIM.
Tenders on 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater Saturday Night Soundtrack. Wrapping up a classic rock block there. Before that, we heard from Boston, Steve Miller Band. Rolling Stones kicked it off. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, Steve Rimmer. Hello.
Tribute song.
6:04. And we're taking requests and keeping it classy. 508-531-1303. It's all requests classic rock until 11 o'clock. So anything you want to hear, let us know. Saturday Night Soundtrack. Saturday Night Soundtrack is on Facebook. You can like us there, and you can follow us at SN Soundtrack. Either of you guys heard the James Taylor song that just got leaked online within the past couple of days?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I just want to, like, the idea of someone like, man, I bet people are clamoring for this. Let me just leak this out.
Yeah, they're not. It hasn't gotten good reception since it got leaked out either.
Like the Avengers.
Yeah. So it's a song about the Red Sox, as a matter of fact.
I saw it on the news the other day.
Yeah, and it's called Angels of Fenway.
That's right.
The sound that they leaked online is pretty poor, but here's the general idea of the song. Basically, if you know James Taylor, you kind of know what you're in for, and you know what it's going to sound like. So it pretty much sounds like every James Taylor song you've ever heard.
I think he needs to go back to the vineyard.
Yeah, the name of the song is Angels of Fenway. I don't know what it's going to be on as far as, like, I don't know if he's just releasing it as a single. I don't know if it's going to be on some album that he's doing coming up. But the thing that I find funny is that there's been a lot of, it's almost, I don't even want to say polarizing, because polarizing would indicate that there's been, like, positive reviews coming back. This chorus is kind of bad.
No, the clip I saw last week, he was actually performing at Fenway.
Was he? Okay.
Yes.
So my thing about this is that so many people have come out and they're like, this is terrible. This is awful. This is a terrible thing to hear. And I agree that it's not great, but at the same time, it's James Taylor. How offensively terrible can it be? It basically sounds like everything he's ever done. If you don't like James Taylor, you're not going to like the song. Mm-hmm. But if you like James Taylor, or you're basically like James Taylor is tolerable, then the song itself is tolerable. I don't necessarily a lot of people have come out just basically saying awful, awful, terrible. I don't know why he's doing this. It's awful and terrible. But I don't see the reason I don't see the reason for the passionate response. If you like it, great. If you don't, again, it's James Taylor, you know what's coming. JT basically doesn't surprise anyone with anything, and hasn't in the past 30 years.
I was half expecting the chorus to be ripping out a metal riff.
That would have been... people probably would have liked that.
Here's the thing, though, right? People hate this thing like they hate the Avengers.
You're the only person so far that I've heard that said they hate the Avengers. I'm not saying that you're going to be the last, because I don't really know that much about it.
It's back alley Lucy bad.
I'm waiting for a certain someone to come out, actually.
Oh, I already actually spoke to that person.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and we had a nice battle over it.
Yeah, what did he say? Did he love it?
Masterpiece. I'm like, it's a master something.
In the back alley.
Yeah.
Go back
go
back to a prophet college.
Oh, man, this is so much.
I know.
Well, see, now you got me all segued out.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
So, hang on real quick, right?
Yeah.
The news is that like some for-profit colleges are now shutting down.
Yes,
because of this person's crusade.
Is it because of this person's crusade, though?
Most likely not. But
Right.
back to the subject that we're talking about with James Taylor. Probably what's going to go happen, right? Because everybody's getting all crazy about the song, like, oh man, right?
Right.
Song sucks. Like, what's going to happen is
Hey,
that
you know what, Phones? I agree with you.
the song's going to come out. The song's going to come out in an official capacity, right? It's going to probably play at like towards the end of the baseball season. You know, sun setting, and people are like, this is the song for the Sox.
Sure.
For when they shut down.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's going to be like this big thing, and people are going to buy into it and be like, this is great. This is a great song.
Is it going to replace Sweet Caroline? Because it might be time for that to happen.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Because that guy's not even from Boston.
That's what I'm saying.
What the hell are you doing? Get off my radio.
You know what the funniest thing about Neil Diamond was? When he put out a Christmas album.
Oh, I was hoping
Isn't he Jewish?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought you were
money.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say that you saw him once at a casino and you're like, hey.
Now, while we're on the subject of musicians and money,
I punched Neil Diamond in the face.
What's your guys' opinion about Prince putting out a Baltimore song?
I'm fine with it.
Money.
No, I'm fine with it.
No.
Yeah.
Me not.
No, because it's most likely going to be free.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you remember the Aurora tragedy that happened...
Nothing is free, sir.
No. All advertising is
What happened
just advertising.
the Aurora situation, right? Hans Zimmerman released a song for Aurora, like that whole thing. That was free.
Yeah, but it still brings people to prominence, so he's going to make something out of it in the matter.
Oh, well, yeah, probably. But
look at this, though. Cat tie. License plate reading cameras in Arizona. How about that?
Well, Arizona... those folks out there, they're a little... They,
Yeah, go on.
Tell us. Just come out with it. It's fine. No one's listening to us. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Those people are probably like a back alley.
What is it with you in back alley today?
Oh, here you go. Now, you're saying the printing's free, but he's got it on Tidal. So he's making money off it.
What's that mean?
What is Tidal?
That's that new thing that Madonna and all those artists put together.
What's his name? I can't remember. Is it Jay-Z or is it... Okay.
Yeah.
You don't watch this? I'm
West.
gonna access it, and I'm gonna find out that it's free, and then you can shovel sand.
Okay.
Do you really think that Prince would do something for free?
No.
Yeah, actually I do. He released a record that was like
doe-eyed innocent, sir.
It was like 4 CDs, right? Packaged as one for like $7.
That's not free.
I don't care. It's still $7 for 4 CDs. So
it's still
you can listen. What else we talking about?
No. Actually, I hold back on that because that concert's going to be on Tidal. It's going to be for free. But
there you go.
It's still
there you go.
Shut up. He's gonna make money off of it at some point somewhere along the way.
He is.
It's like U2 doing the whole, when they drop that album into everybody's iTunes.
No, that's different. That's different. But that's different.
Now you see, this is the thing. He's promoting his hit and run tour.
Oh, big deal. But he gets to have something to say about what's going on down there in what used to be Baltimore.
Money.
Yeah,
Baltimore used to be the people used to look at Baltimore for the city of for the police, and it was like that right there is what police all across the nation should be, like that example. And now you have this LA 91 all over again.
Oh, here's the thing. It's a free concert, but you can only get tickets for it if you're paying to be on Tidal in the first place.
There you go.
Free.
Making money for Tidal. Tidal's kicking a little something under the table.
The two of you.
I'm just telling you. I don't understand.
Garbage.
I think we're just cynics, and I think you're just a...
Look, you can listen to the song right now for free. You can listen to it.
Why would I want to listen to anything that Prince does?
I wouldn't even listen to
Prince. He's a phenomenal musician.
Can't stand him.
He's great.
I'm taking over Jared's roles on this radio show as of right now.
I can't stand Prince. Let that be known.
I'm sick tired of his guitar virtuoso. Just noodling the strings. I hate it.
Garbage.
He's good.
So we'll agree to disagree
anyway
upon this point.
Yes.
What else we got? What else we got on topic?
Well, that's about it for now. We're going to play some more classic rock, and then
have you watched Friends of Eddie Boyle yet?
Well, no, not yet.
Neither have I. I have it. I have it.
It's on my to-do list. It will be one of the many things that I watch during the summer when I have nothing to do on a Saturday night.
During the summer? That's a whole nother effing season away.
Saying when I have nothing. Well, I mean, technically, I'm saying like starting next week when we're not doing this show.
I'm going to put it in the first thing in tomorrow morning. I'm going to wake up at 7 a.m.
Well, that's fine.
Watch it.
I have responsibilities and things to do.
What play are you going to do with your extra 20 hours a week that you're going to have?
I don't know.
He's going to sit in his basement with a bunch of cardboard around him that's drawn up to look like a switchboard.
He's trading some messages with Steve the other day, and I could just tell from some of the responses I was getting that he's just like, sir, there's a lot of time going into this. You are going to be at a loss when this show is not going on.
I'm going to be at a loss. I enjoy it because I was just telling him, like, when's the last time he and I have hung out?
True.
Yeah.
Like we hang out like once every few months.
Well, we're going to have to hang out on like a few Saturday nights here and there. Yeah. Just go someplace and just hang out.
The bull moose. Has to happen.
We'll just sit around at like Chili's and play music on our phone, pretend like we're on the radio.
We'll put this phone on the door. Next, we have a request.
People come over, they're like, we need the table. You've been here for 4.5 hours.
You guys need to leave.
Like, listen.
We'll take your request. What do you want to play?
Do you have to lock up? No, then shut up.
Yeah.
We're done.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Excuse me. Don't you see the on-air button?
Are you guys going to be done soon? Because they don't pay me. This is very reminiscent.
Yep.
Very reminiscent.
Oh, you gotta be out of here at 11. That's fine. Because guess what? It's only 10:40.
Got my
Here's a chill pill.
Got my last song coming up on my iPhone at 10:56. Another big classic rock block.
Then what are we gonna do about Mikey Destruction?
You'll have to invite him.
Mikey, no, I'm not. I don't want to hang out with that guy.
We could go hang out at the spaghetti barn.
I'm gonna end up in a gutter somewhere.
I was listening back to some of the old shows, by the way, and he originally when he first started touting Johnny Macaroni's, he didn't know what the place was called. He called it like Johnny Cheerios or something. No, Tony SpaghettiOs. That's what he called it. Didn't even know what it was called. Yeah. Luckily, he stepped up his game.
Did you have Did you have a best of show before I came on?
No. I don't have time to put together. I have a lot of time, but not that much time.
That was. Let me say something else. That was. Yeah, that was like at 10 a.m. this morning. You had oodles.
I did not have.
You
oodles.
had oodles at the time. You have a wife.
Speaking of what you almost
problem solved.
What you maybe almost said, I have a story to tell you off the air.
Oh, good. Let's hear it. I'm going to get up right now and listen to it as you put on some music.
We'll get to it
because I got to give you my playlist here.
All right, do it.
Good. Here we go.
508-531-1303. Another big classic rock block coming up. Going to kick it off with a song that was originally rumored to have been written about Iggy Pop's remembrances of the militants of his youth back in Michigan. Some other people just said that it was about the 1967 Detroit riots.
Hitting the bars or hitting the books. We'll make your night rock with Rob Hicks and Bridgewater's Saturday Night Soundtrack on 91.5 WBIM.
It's Grateful Dead, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater Saturday Night Soundtrack. Before that, heard from Queen, Billy Squier, double shot of David Bowie to kick it all off here. And doing classic rock till 11 o'clock. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, Steve Rimmer.
Can somebody just wake me up after that last song, please? See, I'm taking his spot completely.
I noticed that. I noticed. You seem to be over exuberant actually about taking his spot. Speaking of hippies, I have discovered that I love almond milk. I don't know why this is.
I've never tried it.
I don't know what I think is fantastic about it, but for some reason, I seem to think it's like a modern miracle. I've just discovered it, and I can't get enough of it.
Isn't it supposed to be better for you?
It probably because there's no soy, there's no lactose, there's no
sugar.
Well, there's a little bit of sugar in the one that I drink because it's the hint of honey flavor.
Nice,
but it is effing delicious.
Oh, you're a snooze, man.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's great. Don't knock it until you've tried it, my friend. It is amazing. And to me, I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm like, how do they make milk out of almonds? I don't get how this goes.
How does this work?
I don't understand.
Do you squeeze? Do you get a fat man to sit on them?
I don't understand. Do the voice.
Which one?
The I don't understand.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah. I don't understand. I just want to understand, please.
So, but I mean, I don't know. I just think it's fantastic. For whatever reason, it's just great. So, 508-531-1303. Call us up, make requests, like us on Facebook, Saturday Night Soundtrack, and follow us on Twitter at SN Soundtrack. Mm-hmm. We've got 8 followers. We could use a few more.
I'm hoping that Ray and the staff at Campus Pizza is listening to the show because we're about to drop an order on you folks.
Oh, we are.
And I specifically, you want to request music from us? I request Ray from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without hesitation. I don't want someone else coming up here because I'll chop them.
They'd never find their way up here. they threw him through a...
They did. He wasn't here for this last week, so they messed him up last week because they only wrote Campus Center on the instructions.
So he didn't know it was for us. So we didn't know where to go.
So he was just roaming around?
Yeah.
Yeah, he called and he was like, what building is the Campus Center? And I didn't realize it was him, and I was like, oh, Christ, we're in trouble. Oh, God. So here's how and I'm trying to explain, it's like it's pretty much across from the big dome building, and he's like, is it near Pope Hall? I don't even know, dude. So, it's across from the big dome building.
What did you guys do without my money?
Without money?
I footed the bill, sir. And then Steve paid me back in cash.
Exactly.
Which is what I should be doing for you guys, except I only have a buck.
Yeah, you're going to owe me money.
Yeah. Are you ordering tonight?
Yeah.
I'm paying you then. I've got cash.
I know you're good for the money. This Polish guy over here.
You know what? I'll pay you back in trash service.
Yeah, I need to pick up, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. we can't do it this week because I have a feeling that the dump may be closed tomorrow.
Yeah, because it's Mother's Day, you know, because like...
I don't understand.
No, I was thinking about dumping my mother in the garbage anyway.
Why would they close it because of Mother's Day?
Yeah, there's been debate about... Well, I don't even know if it is, but there's a possibility. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
There's a possibility that it is. So let's aim for next week.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do it next week. That's fine. I have no problems with that.
And P.S., I will pay you actual money. I just forgot to get cash before I left.
I'll pay you in favors. I'll pay you. Just don't break my legs, Joey.
And you know what? While I'm going to take your trash, I'll play music for you on my iPhone. How's that?
There you go, huh? Yeah. Oh man, what'd you do with that baseball bat?
You want to dance? You got to play the band, huh?
Bam, man. There you go. I'll pop you on your nose with a baseball bat.
Seriously, I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So
no problem.
So when are we? Do you have a spot picked out for the favourites?
I want to wait until I kind of wanted to do it when Mikey D was up here because I want to try to guess his too.
Definitely.
So I figure we'll lump it all together.
That makes sense.
Were you guys pre-gaming?
Yeah. So
what we're going to show?
Yes, we were pre-gaming hard. So what we're going to do? The idea here is that we're going to try to guess what each person's favorite band is or artist is, based on their input throughout the semester. Mm-hmm. It's going to be, how do I phrase it? Don't be ridiculous because it's basically based on primarily the stuff that we have played here. So don't be like, I like Jerry Lewis's Ragtime.
Dvorak.
No, it doesn't, It has to be like out of the stuff
that's a solid record.
By the way, it's not ragtime. I don't believe
it's not.
Either way. Of the stuff that we've played here on the semester, during the semester, we're going to try to guess what each person's favorite act, artist, what have you is.
Okay.
So I'm going to try, I'll try to guess you and Steve. Obviously, you guys have
Mine's
to try
going
to
to
guess
be
me.
really difficult.
I got to try to get, we want to try to guess Mikey D. And I kind of want Greg Black to call in because we're going to try to guess him too.
He's probably washing dishes like a woman.
Absolutely. I don't know why I just said out because I didn't listen to what you said first. Note to self, make sure you listen to Jared's entire sentence before you respond to it.
Yes.
There could be something profoundly offensive in it that you have now just agreed to. It's like clicking the I agree button at the bottom of iTunes that's like 56 pages.
Oh, yeah, I'll agree to this.
I agree to that.
What am I doing with this U2 record on my... You agreed to it.
Why do I have Prince on my iPod? He sucks.
He's great. He's great.
So
when he dies, everybody will realize that guy's a genius, a musical phenom.
I don't doubt that. I just don't like him.
All right, that's fine.
There you go.
That's fine. Purple rain, purple rain.
So that's going to be the deal. So we're going to try to do that. We're going to try to do the guessing deal. We're going to try to do it when Mikey D's here.
Good.
So
good.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Great.
And
what else we got on the docket?
More classic rock. How's that?
Here we go.
How's that? We got one of the songs that you picked out coming up next.
Great. Which
one? Absolutely. It's a song that I love playing on days like this.
Can I say pissa on the radio?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Great. On days like this, like you mean like yoga pants day out there?
Not what you would call that, yes. I'm just saying nice spring/summer days, driving around, listening to classic rock, listening to nice songs. Absolutely not. This would be the Allman Brothers Band.
Yes.
I have the Allman Brother Band.
Yeah, I know. This is easier to do. 21st century.
Oh, why?
Here's Jessica for you. This is off the Brothers and Sisters album, 91.5 WBIM. It's Bad Company, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday night soundtrack. Rocksteady is, that's pretty much our priority here. Rob Hicks, Steve Rimmer across from me, Jared Barbetta taking care of business, and
yes, he is.
I see his arm, so he's on his way back in. 7:04, and the folks at home not getting the visuals is sad.
I didn't even get that one.
Fortunate, but sad.
Yeah.
508-531-1303. Call us up. This is we're into. Think about this, Steve. Put this into perspective, okay? We are already halfway through our show for tonight.
Yes.
We've got an 8-hour block that we're doing. Steve and I came on at...
We're into 4 hours already?
Yeah. Steve and I came on at 3. And 4 hours has already gone by. We got 4 hours. We got 3 hours and 55 minutes left in the spring semester of the Saturday Night Soundtrack.
Going way too fast today.
And if you think in terms of the fact that people normally have, 2-hour shifts, and the fact especially that when I go to the meetings about the scheduling for the upcoming semester and say that I want anything more than 2 hours, people are like, oh, that's a long time. Really? because I feel like I'm just getting warmed up. That's what it seems like. So, Jared's back. Hi.
Hey, how
Hey,
you
what's
doing?
Hey. That go okay?
How's it?
Did that go okay?
That went phenomenal.
Oh, good.
Good.
Are we
Phenomenal.
Are we getting the
We're getting food.
Are we getting the delivery individual that we would prefer?
Yeah, I said if you don't bring me that guy, I'm going to break your legs. So.
Well, why do I feel like that didn't actually happen that way?
Oh, because it did.
Hey, have you guys heard about the Led Zeppelin lawsuit that's going on right now?
Oh, the other one?
Which one?
Yeah. So there's a band called Spirit.
Yeah, this was like 100 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's still going on because Led Zeppelin now has to go out. So they basically, I think they were hoping to end up getting a dismissal because I guess the trial's been going on in Pennsylvania or something like that. And now it's moving off.
Oh, hey, someone likes us.
It's moving off to California, and now they have to go out there and argue over it again.
Yeah. I'm not really interested in that. I'm interested in the phone call that we taken here. But
This is Stairway to Heaven, yeah?
yeah, Stairway to Heaven. They're going on and on about like, oh, we wrote that song, and they have this song that's similar to it.
Yes.
But I just don't know why. I know I sound like a broken record on it, but I don't know why they just didn't go the way like with Metallica.
That sounds like a broken record.
Yeah. Well, like, because Metallica had that song, Welcome Home Sanitarium. And it's almost a direct lift of Bleak House's version of Rainbow Soldier.
Okay.
And what they did is they ended up buying the album, the rights
you
to
told
that.
me about this, yeah.
Yeah, and I just don't know why other bands don't do the same.
Yeah, they should do
just
that. It's
buy it,
an honorable way of dealing with it.
and then they divide up the profits equally. Here we go.
Yeah, this is the so this is the song Taurus by Spirit, and this is the one that I guess the allegation is that the intro to Stairway to Heaven just sounds too much like this song. Which it really does.
Completely.
Sounds pretty close to me, especially that one passage that was just playing there. And I guess Spirit was around, and they both used to tour. They did the same concert venues when Led Zeppelin was first coming up. I guess Spirit used to tour. We're talking '68 or so, and they were playing some of the same places. And they basically said that I guess they just felt like Page and Plant just had a little bit too much of an ear out, and took this.
Well, it makes a lot of
into Stairway to Heaven.
It makes a lot of sense because you look at them anyway, and they've lifted a lot of stuff anyway. I mean, from the old like Robert Johnson and stuff, and they probably just figured, the walking bass is everywhere, so screw it, we'll do it too.
Yeah. So now the trick to this is that obviously you're talking, so this was 1968 that Taurus came out. 1971 is when Stairway to Heaven came out, so obviously there's a statute of limitations involved. They can only sue for royalties or copyright claims within the past 3 years. But where it, any money that's been made within the past 3 years, but where it trips Led Zeppelin up is that they've just been going through and doing remasters and reissues of all of their old catalog, and Zoso was part of that.
Okay. Yeah.
So now they're basically saying that could be eligible for Spirit to get their hands on a good chunk of money.
My thing is, like, the members of Spirit, what are they, like 60-something now?
Oh, yeah.
Give it up.
If that, they might be even older.
Can I just interrupt here?
Yeah, absolutely.
The name that you just gave that album, is that a common name to give that album in this country?
Yeah, in this country, yeah. What do you call it over there?
4 Symbols.
4 Symbols.
Yeah.
Oh, because I
Four
said
Symbols
Zoso.
sounds... 4 Symbols sounds much more badass than, Zozo.
4 Symbols almost sounds like spooky.
Yeah, it actually sounds more Led Zeppelin-y than Zozo.
Well, officially, the album had no title.
No.
It was
Richards.
You had 1, 2, and 3, and then you had this thing, and everyone just called it Zoso. Apparently, over here, over on your side of the pond, they were calling it 4 Symbols.
The
funny thing of it is that I've read that Page actually says there's an actual name for the record.
Oh, really?
It's unpronounceable.
Oh, okay.
However, like he and a few other people
making that up.
Well, he's all weird and into
that's what I'm
the
saying.
occult and stuff like that. So but he says that there's an actual name, and then if you're in the know, you know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
So
okay, Mr.
Apparently, we're not in the know.
Yeah. So I'll just call it Zozo. How's that? You
Yes.
wet
Is that a request, by the way, and if so, who by?
It was.
Greg?
It was not a name that I recognized, or was able
it
to
female?
or was able to recognize. No. But we're going to have some Red Hot Chili Peppers coming up.
Okay.
In the
What
next
have we got?
block.
What song?
Well, you'll find out when we play the song in the next block.
Wait.
So, if you
else
want
we
Oh
to
got?
hear anything, 508-531-1303. Call us up.
What else you got? What else can we talk about?
Well, we're talking about all sorts of stuff. Classic rock. Got I was just mentioning that we already have, now at this point, 3 hours and 49 minutes left
Food's coming.
in the spring semester for Saturday Night Soundtrack. And sad. Sad. So we're going to get into the next classic rock block now because I know that I know you're dying for it.
Yes.
Yes. And give us a call, 508-531-1303. We got traffic on deck next, BIM.
So, you just spent hours putting together the perfect classic rock playlist?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's so cute. This Saturday Night Soundtrack with Rob Hicks on 91.5 WBIM.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday Night Soundtrack. For that, heard from AC/DC, The Cars, Pat Benatar, Red Hot Chili Peppers by request, and kicked off the whole block with Traffic. Rob Hicks here, Jared Barbette and Steve Rimmer across from me, and our food has just arrived, and we're excited about that. 7:33, and thank you to Campus Pizza. Thank you to Ray, who's always bringing us the food, bringing it all the way up here instead of just making us, come down there and get it. And definitely appreciate it. And this is our last Campus Pizza meal of the spring semester. It's kind of sad to have the last meal of the semester.
Hey, we just heard that.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, he's bumming. Just like how you are, because you're not getting any of this.
I'm bumming the lead. Just bringing it.
That one's mine.
So 508-531-1303. You can call us up. You can make your request, 508-531-1303. You can like us on Facebook, Saturday Night Soundtrack, and you can follow us on Twitter at SN Soundtrack. That was Jared's microphone. That was nothing else. Just his microphone.
How are you doing
My
that?
microphone's farted.
Always classy.
Oh, man. Campus Pizza.
Classy
so,
to the end.
So good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know what I didn't notice?
What's that?
Now that Steve's here.
Yeah.
I did not know that The Third Man with Orson Welles is considered the best British movie of all time.
no. Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
So it's weird if you stop and think about it, because Orson Welles, right, is in this film, and that's considered the best British film of all time. And then he's also in Citizen Kane, which is considered the best American film of all time.
Exactly.
Strange.
Yes.
Strange.
Yes.
Nerdy little strangeness.
Yeah, and that was his peak. He could never really rise above that time period.
No, you know what kind of bummed me out?
What's
is that
that?
he started directing a Don Quixote film.
He did one too?
He did one too, and there's I think 17 minutes of it surviving, but it succumbed to the Don Quixote curse, where no one could film it.
Exactly.
Even stage plays can't be done of this book because it's cursed. But you got Terry Gilliam.
He tried it.
He's
What
still
happened to-
trying it.
Didn't his actor fall off the horse and hurt his back? So
Yeah.
he couldn't ride again?
Yep, and that's what happened the first go around. Now they have Robert Duvall in the film.
Ooh, that's
yeah.
interesting.
Oh, by the way, that clip I just showed you,
Yep.
Gilliam directed it.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
It's good.
It says the new Simon Pegg movie. We were just looking at the trailer for it. It comes out.
Yes,
shortly.
you sent me the link
Yes.
for that. I
Yep.
did look at that in the meantime.
And by the way, the dog's voice, Robin Williams.
No.
It's probably the last thing he did.
Really?
Yes.
And that's a
no,
Gilliam
you're
film?
drinking.
It's either Terry Jones or Terry Gilliam directed
I
it.
want to say it's got to be Jones.
Jones, then.
Because it doesn't look like Terry Gilliam.
No.
His films are so cluttered with mess. It's awesome.
They are.
I don't know why you don't appreciate them.
I don't know.
You know what?
I feel like I can't get behind
See
it.
the sub?
Can't get behind them. It's fine. I can just go in there and get it. It's wrapped. It's not a.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
I'm Charles,
not
by
like
the
that.
way.
I don't know. He's such a masterpiece, that guy.
Just not my.
There's nothing that guy's done that's garbage.
No, he's just not my cup of
Jabberwocky.
I'm not saying it's garbage. I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying I don't.
Like,
I'm not enthusiastic about
I
it.
sent
Let's put it
you. I
that
sent
way.
you a barrage of.
I know you did.
So they announced they.
So, I mean, here's the fun thing. He was the only American that was part of Python.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He So they announced Criterion Films, right? Rob and I are really nerdy about it. They announced they announced that Mulholland Drive is going to be coming out on Blu-ray by David Lynch. Fantastic film.
Jared was slightly excited about it.
I sent him a lot of text messages about my excitement for this film. And but the month prior they announced The Fisher King coming out on Blu-ray from Criterion Film, and I sent him about probably the same quantity of it, and he's like, "Oh, that's good. I don't care. I don't care. Screw Terry Gilliam."
What did they always call while we're doing a talking bit?
Because we're probably talking about nothing interesting.
You can't call when the music's playing, so we can...
No, I know, but it's always good. I mean, like, or maybe they even call because there's a slight chance that they might get on the radio.
Well, that's true.
So, here we go.
Oop. That's a hold on.
Here we go.
So.
We got to hold on. Hold on.
Guess who's here?
Who's that?
Greg.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, I'm Mr. Rimmer.
Hey!
It's Susan.
Hello, Susan. How are you doing?
Oh,
We're
goodness.
doing great. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good.
We miss you guys.
We miss you too.
You missed us so much that you got to call us?
Yeah. Well,
Hey, are you able to Are you able to listen to the show right now?
Finally.
How?
On the radio, on the car. We're sitting in the car the whole time.
Oh, you're
okay.
sitting out in the parking lot? Are you folks necking?
I'm with my daughter.
Jared, no!
More awkwardness there.
Susan, this is something I've said very often in my life, but allow me to apologize for Jared.
We all have to do that at some point.
Yeah.
Might as well be now.
Jared, do behave yourself.
I can't. I'm on the radio.
So nice to hear from you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we appreciate the listenership because we figure no one's listening.
Oh, it's just us three.
That's fine. That's 3 more than I thought we had listening for a while. So where are you sitting that you can actually hear us? In just some
My
abandoned...
driveway.
Oh, you're sitting in your driveway, okay.
Oh, so you can
We
pick...
just went out for ice cream, and I was like, oh, let's see. Ron's
Where'd you
on.
go?
And
What?
here we are. Yeah, where you at?
Did you guys go to Dairy
We
Queen?
went to Mia's in Halifax.
Man.
That's a long way to go for ice cream.
Well,
really?
I'm in Plimpton.
Must be good. Oh, that's
Yeah,
true,
you could have gone to Dairy Queen for...
Jared disagrees with your choice of ice cream.
Yep.
Once again, I'm shocked.
No Dairy Queen. We could have gone to Peaceful Meadows, but they're too expensive.
Yes.
Well, we are ecstatic that you're sitting in your car listening to us
Thank you.
because, once again...
No, you're going to be sitting in your car until 11?
Probably not.
I don't blame you.
Hey, Susan, do you want to hear a song?
Guess who's not getting a T-shirt now?
Yeah. Oh. This is so mean, Jared.
I'm on the radio.
That doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. Come get me now.
So, well, you guys keep having fun. It's fun to hear you on the radio.
Should we play a song for you?
Yeah.
What do you want to hear?
Some old police.
Some old police.
I almost brought police, too.
Old police.
Old police, like first album
Like
police.
before Baltimore
Yeah.
police.
Then we can do that.
Awesome.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.
Okay, love you guys.
All right, take
No,
care.
love you too.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So I guess you're going to have to put that on now.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
we probably should.
I mean, like, they're going to sit in their car.
Wait.
It's very true.
You know.
So, hey, you guys ad-lib about something for a second.
What the hell? Anyways,
Talk about what Steve's got in his mouth.
yeah, what do you got in your mouth, Steve? Yeah, you got to take it out. Take it out. There you go.
I'm not going to answer.
That didn't sound right at all. It's just subs. It's just subs. They're eating subs. They're both eating subs.
Or is that a euphemism?
Oh my God. Sirs.
This is not ad-libbing, Jared.
No, I'm good at it, though.
Daughter in the car. Christ.
Just subs. Relax,
Necking.
man.
You actually use the term necking?
Yeah, I did. I certainly did.
It's very old school.
Is it, though? I feel like kids need to neck more these days.
Where do you think that term derived from?
You know, because you're snuggling into a girl's neck. Snuggle, 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 snuggle.
What are you doing in there, bro?
Well, yeah, he's calling up the police.
Yeah, I know he is. It's a joke.
He's calling the police. Careful.
Yes.
Put your hands up.
Yes,
Put your
again.
hands up.
The police.
You found it?
I
Yeah,
think,
we're on the way.
Okay, good.
because like you read in the papers that the kids these days are getting into sex a little bit too quickly. So I think like they should probably just pump the brakes a little bit and just get back to necking.
Necking?
Yeah, just go to the woods and neck, and listen to some Four Platters.
You mean like the Platters or the Four Seasons?
Yeah, it's a mix of both.
There's no Four Platters.
No, it's a super group of all 8 of them all together, having a time. So, all right, can we get to the music here? I'm hungry, and you're depriving me food.
I hope you understand the concept of noticing signals and
I don't understand at all
what they can do for you.
I'm just waiting for you to put on some music.
Can
so
you just talk about something
I just
else
need to put this
for
in
a
my
minute?
mouth. Good God, man.
Absolutely fine. I'd like to once again point out the fact that any other time, if I don't want Jared to talk, he won't shut up.
Yeah, that's
when
right.
I want him to talk, he's like, I got nothing left to say.
I got nothing.
Play some music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna toss it back to you. Play some music. I got nothing left to say.
Yeah, here you go. We should find a way that people can still listen to us. I don't care how or what, but we should find a way.
As Steve mentioned in one of the messages that he sent to me, he basically said, we're going to have to find something to do because the summer is going to suck.
Yes.
Which
my wife doesn't want me home every Saturday evening.
No. I do not want my
fun.
summer to be a night in a back alley.
Oh, my God. Hey, you want to play some music?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Here we go.
All right, this one's going out to Susan. It's called Can't Stand Losing You. This is
What
from
about the rest of the people that she's with?
for them, too.
Oh, okay, good.
This is from the first Police album called Outlandis de Amor. Came out
Really, man?
That's
came
very
out in
good French.
1978.
I had a whole bunch of French people in my restaurant this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A whole litter, and they all just packed in.
A whole litter.
A whole litter. A quaggle of them.
All right, we're going to play this song
Yeah,
so they
let's
don't
go.
freeze
Here we
stuff
go.
in the car in the
Yeah.
driveway.
There you go.
Here's the Police 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. You're listening to the Saturday night soundtrack. Classic rock till 11 o'clock. Pearl Jam on 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. It's the Saturday night soundtrack. Before that, heard from the Ramones, Bob Seger, Metallica, and Police to kick it all off for Susan, who was just sitting in her car waiting for us to play.
Fun fact
the
about
song.
that Metallica song.
Yeah, go for it.
That solo that you hear, that ripping solo?
Yes.
That's one of the only solos that James Hetfield puts to tape. That's him on it. That's not Kurt Hammett.
Oh.
Just in case you wanted to know.
I did want to know. It was a song called Nothing Else Matters, and, well, everything matters here at Classic Rock. Every minute counts right
You know
now
what
because
also-
we're within 3 hours.
Here's
Yes.
another fun fact.
Yeah.
When they went into the studio, James Hetfield handed the producer, Bob Rock, a tape. He's like, I want to sing like that. All right. Bob Rock puts in the tape. Chris Isaac.
Oh, really?
He's like, oh, okay. Like, how do we do this?
Right.
And it's...
Make it happen like
Yeah,
that.
and so they got him vocal coaches.
No?
He needed vocal coaches anyway because they did a cover of Anti-Nowhere League's So What? It blew out his vocals. And then he was like, well, I wanted to sing like this. There you go.
Make it so.
Make it so.
Yeah. 508-531-1303. We want requests. Make that so. Saturday Night Soundtrack. You can like us on Facebook, and you can follow us on Twitter at SN Soundtrack. I'm wondering how much Jared knows about the topic you and I have been discussing from Netflix, the documentary that you saw.
Oh, yes.
On a band that probably is, from what I've read, it's almost like the most screwed over band. And
I think...
I don't want to say in the history of rock music because I'm sure that's a hyperbole and there's some other band that surpasses them, but probably not by much.
I think if you paraphrased it as being one of the most artistic and creative bands that were screwed over by the industry, I think they'd probably take the top spot.
Probably fair.
Yeah.
So the band is Big Star, and apparently there's a documentary. I haven't gotten a chance to watch the documentary, but I've read up on them after Steve watched the documentary. He told me it was excellent.
Very good. Well worth watching.
Found out a lot about the band that obviously you didn't know before, and probably a band that a lot of you have never even heard of. But I got the opportunity to check out some of their songs after you were telling me about them and read up on them. And yeah, so basically, and you can fill in the blank. You watch the documentaries. I mean, probably know more about this than I do, but apparently they got together in 1972. They put together an album called Number One Record, and overwhelmingly positive reception by critics.
Yes.
To the point where one of the songs at some point was on Rolling Stone's top 500 records of all time. And, they were put out on Stax Records, which was a label that they were distributing under at the time. And I guess Stax just didn't Did they just not know what they were doing, or did they not care?
They were having difficulties with the money at that point, so they just didn't put any money behind Big Star at all.
I would have figured it was because Stack Records is more known for their funk.
Well, and
they were like, rock band. I don't know what to do with that.
Right. So poor
White
label,
folk like that.
Poor label for them to fall under. And in the meantime, now they went on and did a second record. Second album in 1974, and did they join up with Columbia Records for that album, or did Columbia take over Stax somewhere in between?
Took over Stax.
Okay,
yeah,
and they just didn't do anything with it, and we're still talking for number one record, which was their first album, I should say. Mm-hmm. Columbia still didn't do anything with that.
No,
Big Star put out a second album in 1974. You're right. Clamp. Oh. This is what happens when you get old guys on the radio. Us old guys sitting around, I got a cramp.
Their biggest song on iTunes is 13.
Yeah, we actually got that coming up next.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, so that's the biggest song on iTunes, and they're
you paid $1.29 for that.
Second out is a good song. It's a good song if you listen to it. Great track. That one, their second album, produced probably one of their more. I don't know if 13 or there was a record called September Girls on their second album, which came out in '74.
78 has the most popular songs on here. I'm counting them, so continue talking.
Okay. So, but anyway, point being is that they basically just didn't get any of the support, any of the backing from their label that they should have. Seven? Okay. That they should have, and as a result, basically just sort of they fizzled out. They did put out a third album, which I think is the one Jared was just looking at from '78, and then basically just sort of fizzled from there. There was one member of the band that died, right?
Yeah, and Chris Bell died. Yeah, he became a member of the 27 Club because he was 27 years old.
But he's probably the member of the 27 Club that most people don't even know about.
In fact, I pulled that up on Google when I read that, or when I saw that.
Yep.
And it was amazing to see how many people are part of that club.
And then in the meantime, I mean, they disappeared for a while, and then they came back. They did a record in 2005, as a matter of fact, as part of their.
I think there's probably only one of them left by that point.
Resurgence. Yeah, I believe that's what I read. The album was called Big Space. That came out in 2005.
In 2009.
Yep.
They released. It looks like an all-encompassing grade of.
That's the one I got. Yeah, that's the one
$50.
Yeah. No, I didn't pay $50 for it.
I was like, whoa, Steve.
The shipping they cost me more than the actual album did.
But
$50.
what we're going to do is we actually got a block of Big Star coming up, because they're definitely worth hearing, especially if you've never heard them before.
Definitely.
They're worth the play. We're going to play, basically we got one track off the first album, number one record. We got one track off the second album. And I'm drawing a blank. What was the name of the second album again?
I do.
Man!
I could probably find it myself, but I just didn't know if it happened.
Well, no, I gotta go back into the search because you're a cloud. Let's see here.
Hold on, I got it here. This is great. It makes
Radio
great radio.
Radio City?
Radio City.
Yeah,
that is
Radio
correct.
City. There you go, Radio City.
So we got one track off number one record. We got one track off Radio City, which came out in '72 and '74, respectively. And then there was an album called In Space, which came out in 2005 for their resurgence. So,
hey, guess what?
Yeah.
The three that they've got a picture of them playing Hyde Park in 2009. And there's not one single original member of Big Star on stage at this point in time.
They're carrying on the spirit more than anything else. Would you?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
The Letter by the Box Tops.
Yep.
Remember that? That's Alex Chilton.
Is it really?
That's the vocalist from Big
I remember.
Star.
Obviously, I remember at Box Tops. I remember obviously the legendary live recording of that, but Joe Cocker too.
Yes. Yeah.
Great stuff, and I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah, that was him.
So look at the people who are creating the music that you love, and look at what the labels do to them.
Exactly.
That's essentially what I think it comes down to. So the name of the documentary is just Big Star, right?
Yes.
And that's on Netflix, so you can catch it right now. It's Netflix, so who knows how long it's going to be out there.
If you see the amount of faces that are part of that documentary, you're blown away.
Okay.
Just all the musicians that have been following Big
just a
Star.
ton of people.
Absolutely.
And it's not going to be that much of a demand on anyone's time. It's like an hour and a half or something like that, right?
Exactly.
So go out, catch it when you can. Again, it's called Big Star. It's on Netflix. It's about the guys we're about to hear. Again, we're going to play a block of Big Star. Sort of a quasi yesterday and today. Definitely a yesterday. The today part from 2005, meh. I think it has one original band member in that.
Yeah.
So you could sort of count that as a today, if you want.
Yes.
So, 508-531-1303. Call us up for requests. Here's Big Star. Name of this track is 13. This, again, came off their first album called Number One Record in 72. You're listening to the Saturday Night Soundtrack, 91.5 WBIM. The Clash, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday Night Soundtrack off Combat Rock. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, Steve Rimmer. It's 8:33.
Hello.
Boom.
Time is flowing, my friend.
It is flying. It is flying by. It's 8:33.
Sucks.
And, yeah, it does. Because we got 2 hours and 27 minutes left of the Saturday Night Soundtrack in the spring semester.
So my wife just sent me a text. She's watching Daredevil right now.
Okay.
And she was supposed to stop because I want to watch a particular episode.
Right, there were specific instructions.
She just reached that episode and begged me to let her watch it, so I just told her,
Is she
go
just
ahead.
going to blow through the instructions?
Yes.
But you've given so you've given the permission, though, to
yes.
go ahead. And,
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I said she could go ahead and do it. So that's 4 that she's watched tonight.
Well, there you go.
Exactly.
Well, now when you get home, you can talk. Is she awake when you get home or no?
No way in hell. No.
My wife does like a 50-50 shot as to whether or not she's going to be awake.
No.
Sometimes yes, sometimes it's like, nope. That lump under the sheets is not going to move for another several hours. So 508-531-1303. Get your calls in. Make your requests. Let us know what you want to hear. I'm anxiously awaiting the reappearance of Mikey. Mikey D hasn't been actually on the show at all tonight yet.
he hasn't.
I know why. I know why.
I know why, too.
Because his boss is rooting around here.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he can't be caught lollygagging.
Correct.
So, like, once she skedaddles,
Yes.
if you're listening, boss lady, he's gonna backpedal up here.
Because I want to get Mikey D involved in the conversation we're going to have about guessing which artists that we play during the semester are our favorites. To tide us over, in the meantime, instead of talking about which artists are our favorites, let's talk about what some of us consider not to be as much of our favorites.
Easy.
Yeah, I know it's easy for you. So.
Oh, yeah, it's easy for you. As a matter of fact, I was thinking back on all the things that Jared has been vocal about in saying that he doesn't like throughout the semester, and
It's not even that much.
yeah, well, I threw together a little something.
Oh,
just
good.
Just a little homage to,
I don't have time to do a best of.
to all the things you don't like. Oh, I had time for this, sir.
Turn these off, though.
For all the times all the things that you said you didn't like. So let's just have a listen.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens,
I don't like that show.
bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens,
Budgie will fight Rush in a ring and win.
brown paper packages tied up with strings.
I'm just saying, I'm not a big fan of exposition.
These are a few of my favorite things.
If you're into John Mellencamp,
Who is?
Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels,
The thing with the Foo Fighters, there just seems to be something missing.
doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles.
This might be AC/DC's last run, so maybe I should catch them. But then I'm like, meh, this just meh.
Wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings.
Santana,
Nope.
he's going to be the Blue Hills
These are a few of my favorite things.
Steely Dan. They're also coming to the Blue
Not
Hills at
even
the
worth
end
a
of July.
mention. Not even worth a mention on this radio station. Move on. Who's next?
Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes.
Screw Steely Dan.
Snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes.
I can't stand Kiss.
Silver white winters that melt into springs.
Def Leppard.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Anything but Def Leppard twice.
When the dog bites,
You know, I can't stand them.
when the bee stings,
One-armed drummer. Who are you?
when I'm feeling sad.
Get off the stage.
Simply remember my favorite things,
You have one arm, sir.
and then I don't feel
Here's my thing about the Beatles. I think they're terrible performers.
so bad.
This is a stupid show.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna say I am wildly honored by that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's for you, sir.
I want a copy of that immediately.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put that in my iPod, and I'm just going to, all day.
The easiest thing in the world to do.
The easiest,
it is an MP3 file that I can just send over to you very easily.
Yeah, send it my way now.
So,
best thing that has happened here on this radio show is just a giant.
Oh, yeah.
Very well done.
Oh, it was very well done.
Just a pile.
Is there a part 2? Can you dig up a part 2?
I'll work on something.
Oh man, I bet
I got a bunch of time coming up.
You certainly do.
I got several months where I'm not going to be doing jack.
Oh
so,
man,
that
was well done. That was well put together.
I appreciate that.
I'm serious. Give it to me.
I will.
I want to see it on my phone in the next 40 minutes.
Well, I can't do it because it's not on my actual
Guess
phone.
what? You have a computer over there, so get to work there.
That's actually true. I forgot I brought that with me today.
Yep.
I
caught you on that one.
I took the initiative and actually gave Mr. Rimmer a sneak peek at it because I wanted to get his impressions before actually putting it on the show.
Oh, that was great.
The message I got back was that was effing awesome. I laughed so hard I think I just busted my stitches.
Yes. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, I'm glad you appreciate that.
It's going to sound weird, and you'll probably understand my ego a little bit. I've actually been tributed before, many a time, and that probably is number 2.
Way to poop all over it and say how great it is.
Well, there was a couple of girls I had dated at one point, and they all got together. And they
all at the
same time. And they all got together and they made a website. It's now defunct.
That's a pity.
Oh, damn it! Yeah, you know what my next question was going to be?
Yeah, I would. It used to be IHateJared.com. And
did they hate Jared as much as they hate Def Leppard?
Oh man,
as much as you hate Def Leppard, I should say.
Yeah, there was a lot of hate, and it was just
that's not good.
It was like all the worst photos of me, a lot of really bad quotes. It was awesome. I loved it.
It is so sad that website is defunct. I'll take a number 2 slot to that. That sounds pretty awesome.
I'm sure if I remember right, there's a place that you can go to online somewhere where you can go to it's like the internet graveyard. Right. You can see where all these websites are just defunct, just no longer. Websites that were made and then they're just trashed because they couldn't keep up with the domain name or something like that. So there's a ghost of it somewhere out there. If you got time to, which now you do.
I've once again.
Yeah.
I have several months of time. It's coming in my direction.
So yeah, that's probably right up there. It's awesome.
So there you go.
I want that as a T-shirt.
That's a tribute to you. We'll talk about T-shirts later on in the show. We'll get a final update before the semester goes away.
I think at this point in time, we should just say we'll have T-shirts for when we come back on next season.
And we'll talk about it in more detail in a bit. But 508-531-1303. If you want to hear any of those bands that were just in the summary of things that Jared hates, please call us. And I believe we've already played a few of them this evening.
Oh man, that was really good. I'm blushing in places I didn't know I could blush.
I'm considering perhaps making one for Steve with all the complaining he's been doing about Tom Petty and who else were you digging on today? Oh, Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead. You made your classic snoring noise.
Yes,
it's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then we have to shift our focus onto what our favorite bands are, and then once Mikey D's here, which hopefully will be in the next segment,
he's not coming.
We can discuss that.
He fell down and busted a hip.
Did you notice? At 9 o'clock, doesn't he?
Did you notice that he was so stressed out that he didn't even have a record with him?
Yeah, that's because his boss is here.
I understand that, but usually there have been times when he's come up here and his boss has been here and he's been like, I gotta go, I gotta keep doing the thing. But at the same time, his boss is there, but he still is like, here, by the way, I got this record here, play this. But today he just did nothing.
Yeah, that's because he fell down a stairwell and busted his hip.
My question is, what are you gonna wax all the floors for? Semester's over.
Well, that way they're all nice. That way you don't have to worry about mopping every damn night. All summer long.
Can you do something about the gum on the floor in here?
Yeah, how about you do something about the damn AC?
Yeah, right? Back of my neck, just sweat.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
He's about to come back on, isn't it? Doesn't it come on around about 9 or 10 o'clock?
Yeah, it comes on around 9.
Yeah,
so,
you're screwed.
We'll be back on the air.
Like Lucy in the back alley.
just after the start of the 9 o'clock hour, and hopefully he'll be on with us, and then we can discuss our favorite bands. Greg has not been calling us all night. I don't have a good feeling that he's going to call us.
He forgot about us too, like that girl.
He probably thought that we weren't doing it because, you know what I mean? Like, nobody else is really doing it, so he probably thought that we weren't.
Because last show, I wasn't here last show, but the last time I was here, we were like, oh, this is our last night.
Yeah, no, but we made it. But wait, hold on. Can you say that again? So let me record. Yeah. That's going on the next one, part 2. But last week we made a big deal out of the fact that we were going to be back, and Greg did talk to us last week.
Yes, he did.
Albeit briefly, because he had better things to do, like watch a boxing match.
Oh, that's true. It's the boxing match lesson. No, did you see what happened over there? The guy that lost.
Yeah, he's getting sued.
Yes.
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact.
I mean, who has surgery the week after the match? I mean, you know what? Stupid.
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole thing. Oh, my shoulder was busted, and then I was fighting with my busted shoulder.
But wait,
just tough it up, pal.
I have a question, though. It's Pacquiao who got the surgery, right?
Yes.
And now, why is he being sued? Because he lost.
Because people were putting money on him, and they're figuring that he should have let them know that he had a bad shoulder.
I suppose
if that was in any way due
Isn't that illegal?
No, I suppose that totally makes sense.
Illegal?
What?
Like, to bet money on somebody?
Not if you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was going to say.
No, there's places where betting is legal. I'm not saying that everyone who lost money on him came from there, but I'm sure the people who are filing the suit are the people coming from the state where it's actually legal to do so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, because I don't want...
They look at the case and they're like, you actually don't have a case, sir. As a matter of fact, come here, let me get the cuffs.
Yeah, like, well, wait, because I don't want them coming after me. I don't watch the fight.
I put money down on some squares. I'm screwed.
Squares?
It's like football squares, man.
Yes, I know what he means. I've done that
We'll
before.
explain it to you off the air. 508-531-1303. Another big classic rock block coming up. Eric Clapton on deck, BIM.
Call in your classic rock request now at 508-531-1303. If you don't, Rob Hicks will play a half an hour of Bruce Hornsby.
That's just the way it is.
This is your chance to save the town of Bridgewater. 91.5 WBIM.
John Lennon, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday night soundtrack, getting a little help from Elton John on that one. With whatever gets you through the night. Hopefully we're playing it. It's the Saturday night soundtrack. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, Steve Rimmer, and Mikey D at 904.
Whatever gets us through the night.
What happened to my
Saturday night soundtrack.
That's right. That's how it goes.
We're in trouble.
We're in so much trouble. I actually got a lot of stuff to talk to Mike about. I've been holding off.
Go ahead.
Until he's been here.
Hey, last show till September.
You know, it's like Mikey D withdrawals, because first of all, you weren't able to come on the air before. You're on the air now, and I know I'm not going to talk to you for, 3 months? 4 months? Whatever it is?
With a little liquor, it might be longer. No effects. No, yeah.
Yeah, really.
He's just going to come to our individual houses.
Maybe by way of phone.
Well, yeah.
But other than that, we can get hooked up, keep in touch with folks. The basic stuff from May till, September?
Yes, I have your digits, you have my digits.
Yeah.
We can work it out.
What about King Harrod and not so stunning Steve at the end over here?
I got their digits, too.
That's all that counts.
Everything's...
Exactly.
All right, so what did you want to yap to me about?
Okay. So here's something we wanted to do. I don't know what order to do this in, but here's what I was thinking is I wanted to see what if each of us could get. Maybe we could start with. We'll start with a person. Each one of us guess. I want to guess.
Where are we going to find a person up here?
I don't know. Humanoids. So I want to guess what everyone's favorite artist is of the artists that we play here on the Saturday Night Soundtrack. And I know many people are going to have several, but if you had to, gun to your head, if you had to pick one. So what I'm going to do. We're going to start with Steve, and each of us are going to guess what Steve's favorite artist is. Then we'll go to Jared, and then you, and then me. I just want to see what everyone would guess, and then see how far,
All right, what do you think?
How close we are.
I feel like I'm pretty close to Steve.
Okay, so you.
So I feel like I got a pretty good handle on it. So let's go with you.
We'll go with me. Well, tonight.
What do you think is Steve's favorite act? That's the question on deck.
Well, who's his favorite act?
Well, that's what we're asking you.
Oh.
It's like a guess.
What do you
see, with me, I'll tell you mine. But the thing is,
this is already breaking down.
Yes, it is. See, something like that. You ask me a question like that, right?
Right.
It could be something different on a nightly basis. That's the.
But the whole point of this is that if somebody were to hold a gun to your head
right now,
your favorite artist, and I don't want you to tell us yet because I want you to think about it, and then we're going to guess.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're going to think about
it's going to be. But what about Steve? Maybe Jared will give us your guess.
It would be Zappa. There you go.
That's what I would have guessed.
See how the fun is? There's no fun.
You know, I had to think about this because I haven't been playing a lot of Zappa recently at home. I've been playing more Bowie than Zappa.
Bowie was going to be close,
Yeah.
but I know your affinity for Zappa, so I would have given him the edge.
Well, having spent a good 3 hours the other day advertising my LP collection and realising I've got about 55 different Zappa albums, and that's just in vinyl. I've got them all in CD as well, so yeah, I definitely agree with Zappa.
Okay, Zappa.
Yes.
So now, what would you guess for Jared?
Metallica.
I guess Metallica as well.
This is the fun is deflating real quick.
Now, are we right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
I nodded in the positive. Yeah, the affirmative.
So these are good.
I just said Allman Brothers. The man on the end there.
Oh, he's so fickle.
I'm gonna guess. It's
got to be something southern.
I was going between Skinner and I was tossed up between Skinner and Nugent. I'm gonna give the edge to Skinner.
45 special.
I think that's 38 special that you're thinking of.
38 special.
That's what I said. What you call me? You call me
No, you're lucky you're not within reach.
You just call me a Semite?
No, I said it. No, I did not.
Oh, my God.
To our listening viewers out there, if you're listening, I did not call him a Semite.
What is that? Stop saying Semite, everyone.
Okay.
Well, what is happening?
I don't know. Talking about a breakdown.
Game is falling apart.
Let me tell them what I tell you individuals what I called him.
Okay.
This person off to my right.
Yes.
I called him a cement head.
I'm on your left.
You're actually you're on his right.
I was seeing
if
you would.
Sorry.
So, who would you say was your favourite group then, or act?
Molly Hatchet.
I could name half a dozen right now.
Yeah, but you got to narrow it down to one.
He's pulling a David Crosby on us. He's like, this favorite stuff is BS.
He's the hard one.
Yeah, I'm hard.
Can we rephrase that, please?
Wow.
I have a comment, but we have a family show going on right now.
There's no comment to be made.
Not anymore.
There is on my part, but I'm keeping it to myself. A little fun, but somebody might take it the wrong way, so we're going to keep it as is.
You don't want this guy running around calling you a Semite.
No, absolutely not.
Where the hell did that come from?
It sounded like to me.
I mean, I got a half a dozen artists, bands, guitarists out there right now, but it's...
All right, you got a gun.
It'd be Spin of the Wheel. Wheel of Fortune.
We don't have a wheel
that someone's going to shoot. They're going to blow your brains out, Mikey D, if you don't choose an act to say that's your favorite.
How many seconds you going to give me?
You got 30. 30.
30 seconds. I'm going to pull the trigger. You're dead.
Counting, actually.
All right. At this very moment, I will have to say, Ever heard of that band called Well, I just created them.
I think we just. Okay.
No, you know where I'm going to go? I'm going to go from the era of 74 to 78, 9, whatever. Mr. Lynott, Mr. Gorham, Mr. Downey, Mr. Robertson. And we know what band that is?
Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy.
I did not see that one coming at all.
Actually, no,
didn't see it coming.
Okay, you want to hear some other bands or what?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, we know what your favorite bands are. I was just wondering if you had a one particular...
Okay, what did we...
I could have very easily said, and you said one of them.
You too.
Well, yeah, I said Skinner, and I know Nugent.
Of course. Nugent's right there, but... I said, it could have been either one of those three bands right there.
But what's funny is that Thin Lizzy didn't even come into my head as one of the ones that you were going to think of as a top echelon
one of my favorite double lead axe grinders, those two guys.
See, this is what I was trying to get at, was the interesting stuff that we don't know about Metallica, Zappa. We know.
Okay, what about you?
Okay, so
but then again, tomorrow night you could hold a pea shooter to my friggin' temple, and it could be like a Skinner. Next night it could be Molly Hatchet. It could, it's an array of.
I'm putting you down for Thin Lizzy.
I'm putting him down for Man of War.
All right, you put me down. You put me down with that double lead guitar act.
Check.
Those axe masters. I'm hip to that.
Okay.
I was gonna say Nuge.
No, Nuge. I mean, like I said, hey.
What about Rob?
Yeah, Rob. What about you?
I don't know.
Nicey Blue.
You guys have to guess.
Sticks.
I feel like Steve's put more effort into this
Man-O-War.
than any of you guys are putting into
Well, I had to choose. Once you told me who your actual favourite was, but you don't play him on the show,
Right.
then I had to really start thinking about it.
Morrison.
There you go.
I mean, all the time with you. It's
Yeah.
either Morrison or Black Rose.
But if he had to choose something other than Morrison because he doesn't
Right, because
play,
I'm focusing of the stuff that we play here on the show.
I just said you
What's
two.
like my go-to act?
You too, I would have said.
no,
Interesting,
I
no?
wouldn't know. I wouldn't.
YouTube. YouTube wouldn't have been one of mine.
No.
No.
Why? They're fantastic. Racist.
You racist? Did you call me a Semite?
No, I didn't call you a semi.
Okay. Just
He's another good Irishman.
Oh my God!
what, Semite?
YouTube. Thin Lizzy.
They're a great
See
German
what-
band,
hey,
right?
Hey, see what you got us going now.
They're a good German band.
All right, your guess is up.
What's that?
Of the bands we play, oh my God, why is this difficult? Of the bands that we play on the show,
Yeah.
what would you guess
Who
to be my
created
favorite?
this segment? You?
Yeah,
I
this
know,
was
I
me.
know. Yeah, that's
It went a lot better.
That's why this is going up in flames.
It went a lot better in my head because you jabronis don't know how to follow a format and simple instructions.
Hey, wait a minute. We are the format. All right, go ahead.
Let's see. The favorite thing that you play probably be AC/DC.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
they are my.
That's
I
true,
would.
that's
I would
true.
say of the stuff we play here, they're my go-to band. If I'm doing stuff like whatever, anything
Hey.
I'm doing around, if I need a pick me up, I stick my iPod on AC/DC and just let it run.
Okay.
Yeah,
Given.
What years? Bon Scott or Brian
Johnson.
Really?
Brian Johnson.
I actually tend to skip past Bon Scott. on
Why?
my
Yeah,
iPod.
Why?
because
I
Brian
wanna know.
Johnson has
Just never-
been.
he's getting all pissed off.
No, I'm not just asking.
Brian Johnson has been in AC/DC longer than Bon Scott.
I just
Since that's pretty obvious.
Sorry,
Still
pal.
the new guy to me, though.
Well, I mean, Brian Johnson and Bon Scott basically had no choice.
Well, here's the thing. I've seen
he had
AC/DC 4 times. Never seen him with the new guy.
There you go.
So I saw Bon
Well,
Scott
let's
4
put it
times.
this way: AC/DC still kicking Campus Center butt because Bon Scott died in 1980, and right after that, who joined in 1980 was Brian Johnson, and we're talking what?
35 years.
Wow!
Yeah.
Impressed.
I mean, and not even just that, because I mean, I obviously there are acts from, you know, I mean, if they were good in the 70s, they were good in the 70s. I'm not going to discriminate against
I think
who is around, you know, who's around longer. But to me, I listen to the tracks,
Well, I mean,
and Brian Johnson's vocals just rip it every time.
Oh, of course, he's
and
fantastic.
Just I feel
but-
like he's head and shoulders above for me, Bon Scott.
All right, that's where we differ because I'll take.
Me too.
He's going to punch me in the
Did you
face.
see that? I saw little explosions in his eyes.
Now, when they tour this summer, there's only going to be Angus. He's the only original team member left.
So you got, yeah, because Angus.
What about his brother, Malcolm?
He's-
the rhythm guitarist.
He's
He's
gone.
in prison.
Yeah.
No,
that was the guy.
the hooker.
The
No, that's
drummer's in
Phil
prison.
Rudd.
Yeah.
Same difference.
More like Phil Mudd now.
No, Malcolm.
Malcolm Young has got dementia issues. He
Yeah.
he's got health concerns, so he didn't participate in the Rock or Bust album, and he's not going out with them on
God.
tour.
No,
And
kidding.
didn't the other guy die? Wasn't
Someone
Bass
died.
player.
I think the rhythm guitarist. I don't remember which one now. Which
rhythm
one?
guitarist is,
Wasn't Malcolm the bass player?
No, he's the
What are
rhythm.
we talking about?
He was always the rhythm.
Yeah, he's rhythm. I can't remember if somebody died from that though.
But-
I know that Chris Slade from the Razor's Edge era is the one playing drums for him on the
Yeah.
tour now.
Okay.
But back in the during the
Rudd in
70s,
jail.
up until when Bon Scott died, I always appreciated, that era too.
Sure.
I'm
I'm not saying that era.
I'm not taking nothing. Believe me, I'm not taking nothing away from Mr. Johnson at all.
And I'm not saying it's
doing a
not
killer job.
good, but if I had, I mean, definitely if I had to pick, it's no question that I tend to favor the Brian Johnson years.
All right, I'll favor Bon Scott
There you go.
in that era.
I think we already knew that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right, so AC/DC,
So-
Frank Zappa, Metallica, and at that
and whoever you feel
yeah.
like
At
at the
this
time.
moment, Thin Lizzy.
Hey, can I get Mikey D all pissed off one more time before we go off the air here?
Of course you
do
can.
it.
Okay. So the
Ted Nugent sucks.
How do you? What's your reactions and your feelings on the Deflategate report that just came out?
Wait, I didn't even know what happened.
It's like this.
Passed away? Okay.
Can we bleep what I have to say? Because I could give a you-know-what.
What?
So the report just came out, and it was
They want to suspend Brady for 2 games.
they're going to suspend him. They haven't.
They're not going to suspend him for the first game, though.
No, good. Well, Seattle, are they not
Thursday
going to
night
suspend him for the first
opening
They're gonna
game of the
suspend him.
season?
Is
No.
that all there is? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because Goodell hasn't even made his statement yet. He's going to make a statement sometime next week as far as the official. But what people are basically saying is that Brady's going to end up getting suspended for 2 to 4 games in the upcoming season.
Yeah, that's going to be the playoff game and
What started this inflation crap?
You know what? They're all of these quarterbacks like different softnesses. I could not get over listening to NPR the other day when they're all talking about Brady's soft balls. I just couldn't listen to them.
Well,
There was no way they could talk about it without
You got a friggin' bunch of liberal retards on NPR. What do you expect?
Oh, let me take this off, because I don't need to listen to that crap.
Oh, no.
Do you have, sir, is your neck sweating?
All right.
No.
Okay, hey.
I put my money on Steve before I put my money in this crazy.
Hey, Hicksville.
Yeah.
As far as Deflategate, I mean, my opinion, there's bigger fish to fry. Whoever created this, and it went too far. Big deal. Was it 3 ounces taken out of the friggin'
It's actually
football?
2 PSI, I think it was. It went
Yeah, it
from
was something
12
like
to
that.
10.
Yeah.
There are some people out there because of that. You just ruin their friggin' lives.
It's the other thing
what
that
the
the
hell?
other point they made the other day is if you take air out of a football, it doesn't travel as far when you're throwing, so it can actually be disadvantageous to,
Right.
to a quarterback.
That game was it against Ravens? I can't
That was the
remember
Colts.
Now, how many points
The
did they
Colts.
score in that game after
It
they
was-
changed the ball?
It was like 30.
38.
It was something like, it was
Yeah.
20. I
So-
forget if it was 20-something
so
or 30-something.
say-
It was 45-7, I think, was the final score.
Yes.
Say, and half an ounce of air wasn't taken out. You think it would have changed the game made the game any different?
I mean, that's what a
They
lot of
just
people...
still kicked their butts, didn't they?
Right, that's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah,
is
so
that-
come on, people, get a life.
Where do you get one of those?
I mean, I don't know. Half the time I'm speechless when I hear crap like that. And you guys are thankful. Hey, God, we can keep them shut for once.
Yeah, I think that's all you got to say. Is like, hey, Mikey
Deflategate.
D, Deflategate.
Deflategate. Go. Silence.
No, I mean,
You can
that's
hit
my
dust
opinion.
settling.
Bigger fish to fry. Come on, get a life. You
I got a list here of
hacks out there, whoever's involved.
I got a list of all of the NFL teams that have been caught cheating, and of all of them, there's 32 that have been caught cheating.
Doing
and
what?
The Patriots, various things, but the Patriots are only number 17. The Broncos are number 1.
What about?
Is that like
what about the Jets?
frequency or like severity of what they
Severity
did?
of what they've done
Okay.
to cheat. Yeah.
What about that incident? How many years ago? The Jets, is it Spygate?
Yeah, Jets are number 3.
Yeah, but they were accusing the Patriots.
I know. The biggest NFL cheaters are the Broncos, and then the Steelers, then the Jets, and it goes way down before you even get to number 17, which is the Patriots.
I'd figure that would be the way, seeing how numbers work.
Yeah, they're just called average NFL cheaters.
What are the Broncos cheating on?
I don't know. I'd have to pull it up individually.
Don't bother.
what did
Don't
they, like-
bother. We got better things to do.
Like, what did
up
they
here.
do? Did they kill some people to get to be number 1?
I don't know. Oh, all of it, for the Broncos, a lot of it is performance-enhancing drugs.
Rob,
Jesus.
you know what would have been awesome also?
That's in baseball, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been awesome if you put a compilation of Mikey D together.
That might be coming next.
What, next semester? Hey, Hicks, don't ever turn your back on me when I'm trying to fill your empty noggin full of knowledge.
What does that
Understand?
means? I was getting a cord. I don't understand.
Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear excuses.
What's going on?
All right. So what's that going to be? I'll say it again, one more time. Obviously, there's only minutes remaining for tonight's show and for the rest of the semester, so it's going to have to be next September.
What is?
Oh, I asked Rob.
Mikey D compilation.
Oh.
Yeah, because the one that he put together was so great that
You're loving that,
I
aren't
need
you?
to hear a Mikey D compilation.
I'm actually about to post that on YouTube in a few minutes, so I booted up
Oh,
the
my
computer
God.
again.
Good.
Can you give us a taste?
Well, I played it on the air earlier, but you know what? I can play it for Mikey D too because it's that.
Oh,
epic.
it's that
You
good.
don't have to do
you
it.
You got to turn out the microphones.
Oh yeah, yeah,
listen.
absolutely.
You don't have to do it.
Oh, it's
Oh,
happening.
Oh, it's happening.
Just
it's
listen.
happening.
Don't say words.
Well, I'm going to turn off the mics
Hey,
anyway. So
I tell you, let me dedicate this to a good friend that works down in the cafeteria. Oh, that lifeless slug. Oh, Mike. If he's listening.
Okay.
It's not really the thing you want to dedicate to someone.
He's the one that makes that lousy soup down there. So if he's listening.
Here we go.
Let's go. This is for Mike.
And it's about Jared.
It's about me. Just listen.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens.
I don't like that show.
Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens.
Budgie will fight Rush in a ring and win.
Brown paper packages tied up with strings.
I'm just saying, I'm not a big fan of exposition.
These are a few of my favorite things.
If you're into John Mellencamp,
Who is?
Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels.
The thing with the Foo Fighters, there just seems to be something missing.
Doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles.
This might be AC/DC's last run, so maybe I should catch them. But then I'm like, meh, this just meh.
Wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings.
Santana,
Nope.
he's going to be the Blue Hills
These are a few of my favorite things.
Steely Dan. They're also coming to the Blue
Not
Hills
even
at the
worth
end
a
of July.
mention. Not even worth a mention on this radio station. Move on. Who's next?
Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes.
Screw Steely Dan.
Snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes.
I can't stand Kiss.
Silver white winters that melt into springs.
Def Leppard.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Anything but Def Leppard twice.
When the dog bites,
You know, I can't stand them.
when the bee stings,
One-armed drummer. Who are you?
when I'm feeling sad.
Get off the stage.
Simply remember my favorite things,
You have one arm, sir.
and then I don't feel
Here's my thing about the Beatles. I think they're terrible performers.
so bad.
This is a stupid show.
I was waiting to hear a Mikey D compilation.
Oh, it's coming now.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah, you're
Oh,
screwed.
God.
You're screwed.
All right, so, hey, Mike, be patient if you're listening.
Yeah, it's coming.
What? Did he just... Did you just speak to yourself in the future?
No, he's talking. Talking to the guy downstairs
About
who
that,
makes the soup or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
the guy,
Soup guy?
Yeah, Mike down in the kitchen.
Is he a soup Nazi?
No, just an empty pot of soup is all
No
he
soup
is.
for you!
All right, so we're going to hear this compilation?
There isn't...
No, he's going to have to make one for you.
Yeah, I got to make
Oh, I
one.
thought he already did.
Oh no!
No.
We're saying that's coming at some
Mike,
point.
you-
At some.
Okay, hey,
obvious.
you got the next many months to work on it till the next
Yes,
show
I
in
got
September.
I got plenty of time.
We might even post it on YouTube.
Plenty of
Oh,
time.
please.
What I do have for you though is the song that you just mentioned to me.
Skinner?
Yep. So we played right before the top of the hour. We played "Red, White, and Blue" by Skinner. That was off one of their more recent albums, which was "Vicious Cycle." More recent, obviously, in the grand scheme of things. And we've got "That's How I Like It."
Great song.
That's off "Vicious Cycle" too.
Coming up,
Coming up.
BIM 91.5 on your FM dial.
Duck or dot?
What?
You better get something done with that freaking ears of yours, baby.
Hey, all I hear is you calling me a Semite. And I don't think I appreciate that.
And it wasn't originally. I was a Mo Howard calling you a cement head, you stooge. All right, back to music.
Mike, it's been great having you here this semester. We look forward to next year.
Flaherty will get you nowhere.
Who's Flaherty?
I don't know.
Flattery, I said. You
Flattery gets me laid. I know that.
Oh! All right, Skinner, gonna rock your socks off. Go for it.
91.5 WBIM Bridgewater Saturday night soundtrack and a twofer that was brought.
Saturday night soundtrack.
And we made it almost the entire show without that.
I was planning that one.
Almost the entire show without that. That twofer was courtesy of Steve. We heard Naked City with just the James Bond theme. And that last one was, I like that one. That was a remix of the old Shirley Bassey.
That was Shirley Bassey, yeah.
Goldfinger. Yeah, it was her vocals, and it was the Propeller Heads mix, it says here. So that brought to us by
She's
Steve
got a
Rimmer.
great voice. She was my father's favorite vocalist.
Is she still alive?
I'm going to have to look it up.
I'm curious, because I felt like I knew this at some point, like one way or the other, but now I can't remember.
She'd be pretty old by now, I would
She
think.
would,
Yeah.
but I'm just wondering if she's still around somewhere.
I'll find out.
So 508-531-1303, if anyone's out there still listening, hasn't, your eardrums aren't bleeding from the last segment and you haven't turned us off, and
No, exactly.
he's still stuck with us and the music, and good for you. Good for you for sticking it out until the end. You can like us on Facebook, Saturday Night Soundtrack, and you
Oh
can...
my, she's still alive.
Is she? How old is she?
78.
Well, she's not that old in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I don't want to be 78, but she's not that old in the grand scheme of things. She's not 90, so...
She certainly isn't.
That's something. Follow us on Twitter at SN Soundtrack. We're going to be posting all sorts of goodies over the summer. We'll post articles about classic rock, sort of relevant stuff to music, pop culture in general. Do some best ofs. And Jared, I am unable to upload your tribute at this time because I have no internet connection up here, which is a valuable thing that I forgot.
Well, give it to me.
Yeah. Well, I will. As a matter of fact, I was going to say, once I'm done with the clip CD for tonight, you can just have the CD.
Oh, cool.
Track 2 on that, and you can take that and consider that a gift, and well, I can email you a copy of the MP3 file should you want a different version of it.
Yeah, I just want just the file. I don't want all that other junk.
Well, what I'm saying is I'm going to give you the CD
just for tonight,
so that you can have it for tonight temporarily.
No, I could wait. I could wait it out for the link.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
All right, pal. I can wait.
So, do you want the link, or do you want me to actually email you the frigging file?
Just the file.
Okay,
please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jared hates waiting. Let's add that to the list.
And it'll be on iTunes on Tuesday anyway, so.
Yes, correct.
I don't care. I want it.
That's all I need.
It'll be there. Relax.
Well, I mean, like as we always talk about, online shopping. F that stuff.
Right, but it gets...
I want it now.
You know what I'm saying?
Case in point, I wanted Friends of Eddie Coyle. Guess what? I went to the store and I bought it.
Right, but again...
But I still had it before you.
For those of us who didn't have time to go to New Hampshire, because we actually have jobs, that we have to work every day and like work on this show. All my individual minutes were taken up. So online shopping for me in that particular situation was very convenient.
You know, I have a deep-scented thrill to think that something is coming through the mail for me.
Isn't it, right?
Yeah, it's the smallest of things, but it just keeps me going. Yeah, I love it.
I do. I'm one of those people who will pay the extra money. Like, I get Amazon Prime, and I've been getting it for a few years now. And I order, I mean, I don't, it's not like I'm ordering stuff every week, but I order enough stuff that it pays for itself.
Yeah.
And just the convenience of knowing that I order it on a Monday and it's at my door on a Wednesday.
Nice.
I can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? And it isn't even just stuff for myself. It's things if I'm buying gifts for someone and I procrastinate horribly. So by the time I've actually gotten around to ordering the gift, it's like, oh crap, I've got 48 hours to get this. Not a problem. I will get it on Amazon. Done deal. So it works out well for me, and it's beneficial. So 508-531-1303. Call us up. We have got an hour and 18 minutes left of classic rock for May, and that's about it. Jared seems disinterested. You seem very uninvolved at this moment in time.
I'm very involved.
I poisoned his brain. I've given him a new game to play.
Oh no!
So now
you're out. So you're just playing a game. So you basically tuned out on this program.
Yeah.
No, I'm here. How you doing?
Yeah. Hi.
I'm trying to glue a knob onto a bureau.
Awesome.
I told you.
That's fantastic. So we're gonna get back into the classic rock. We're gonna let you do that. And then talk about some more stuff around 10 o'clock or so, and then that's going to be about it.
Yep.
I wonder how tonight's going to go. If you get my meaning.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Well, we should have asked before he left, huh? He would know.
He would, true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there were even any hints. I don't think there were even any hints.
No.
As far as I can recall.
No.
So. Another big block of classic rock coming up. Give us your calls, 508-531-1303. Still time if you got any requests that you want to get on. Peter Gabriel's on deck, BIM.
From ACDC to CC Top, we've got the biggest collection of classic rock in Bridgewater. You're listening to the Saturday Night Soundtrack with Rob Hicks on 91.5 WBIM.
It's Cheap Trick, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday Night Soundtrack, that one coming off live at Budokan. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, Steve Rimmer. It's 10:04, and K Children, it's time to put for like 5 minutes. Just put your phones down.
Mine's down.
Well, yours is down. Yes, Jared.
Oh, I get it now.
Jared.
Okay. Yeah. What's happening,
Jared.
bro?
We got 1 hour left. Stay with me, bro. Stay with me, buddy.
I'm on a roll here.
55 minutes is all we have of the Saturday Night Soundtrack in this semester.
Oh, it sucks.
Do not squander these minutes.
So,
Steve, you remember the You remember the story we covered last week about the man who punched a bear in the face?
Yes.
Yes.
Because he was trying to eat his little chihuahua.
Correct. There's a follow-up news story on this.
There is?
Well, not really a follow-up, but it was just a news story with some different quotes from the guy.
Huh.
I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to play the one we played last week, because I think the one we did last week was more amusing.
Yes.
But here was a different channel's coverage of basically, what is that music?
Hang on. There you go.
I thought you put on some background music, and I was like, oh, okay.
No. Here's a different channel's coverage of the same exact story.
She was terrified. She's still shaking.
Carl Moore's Chihuahua Lacey screamed in terror when a bear tried to straddle the gate leading into his Meadow Vista home.
I raised my hands up.
What's with a strange voice?
Startled the bear, who tried to run, but that wasn't enough for Moore, who went after him.
He stops right where you are, comes up and starts to turn. Boom! I hit him good.
He likes to say boom. He loves to say boom.
Boom. Boxer and bouncer in country western bars in Texas. He's a self-described brawler.
This big right hand has sent a lot of people through the floor. That ain't gonna happen.
It helped that the 73-year-old Moore does up to 500 reps most every day with his exercise grips. Bad news for the bear, who scampered off.
Fish and Wildlife Rangers say Moore they could get a permit to kill the bear since it is eating his chickens, but Moore says he can't see it being worth shooting the animal. He's just gonna go at it again.
Just going to go at it again.
Yeah. What? So this is a
big supposition she made.
So they did that story, right? But this was the story that they did, or that I heard about a week or two ago, that I think just had a lot more, it just had many more great comments from Carl Moore himself.
Only on CBS 13 tonight. A story like one you've probably never heard. A foothills man came face-to-face with a bear outside his home.
I love this anchor, let me just say.
He didn't run. He didn't call fish and game. Instead, he wound up and he punched the bear in the face.
Wow. CBS 13's Ian Schwartz met up with the man to find out why he did something so crazy.
Carl Moore is not a guy who scares easily.
The man or beast that I run from ain't been born, and its mama's already dead.
He's 73 with a wiry frame, and he's one heck of a character. And it turns out he's also one heck of a bear fighter.
I ain't running from nothing. I never have in my whole life, and I ain't gonna start now. And you're not gonna sacrifice my babies for some damn bear.
The other week, Lacey,
right,
the
not
dog
actual
he loves
babies.
like a daughter, started whimpering outside. Carl ran out, and there it was. A bear who had no idea what world it just stepped into. Carl's world.
And I raised both hands in the air, and I cussed at him. Yeah, get out of here, and he looked at me like, go F yourself.
And what happened next can only be described as insane. Carl landed a whirling haymaker, punching the bear
whirling
right in the face.
haymaker.
Barehanded, if you will.
He come up like this, and he turned, boom! I hit him hard. Tyler said I damn near corkscrewed his head.
He's an expert recon Marine. He's been in barroom brawls and all kind of stuff.
The bear's long gone and likely in no rush for another foothill fistfight with the new reigning.
Oh, we got a phone call.
But if he does return, you know Carl will be ready with that right hand.
This guy's a jerk, but he ain't been back since he got smacked by Carl.
Love that guy.
Ex-Marine has been in a bar brawl. Go figure.
Go figure.
What?
Do you find that hilarious? And when you see the guy, he doesn't look like he's that old.
No?
No. I mean, if he does so many reps a day, he's obviously keeping it going. But no, he's hilarious.
I'm just thinking, like, what are you doing, punching a bear in the face? And then the bear going, oh, yeah, that seems to be fine, and then just waddles off.
Babies.
Oh, great.
Yes.
That's fantastic. When we were doing this story last week, too, I told Steve that I was starting to notice some eerie similarities and kind of put this together. We probably could have played this earlier, but it would have taken too much setup to get into. So therefore, I just decided to take a look at this.
I think I know where this is going.
Oh, yeah.
The man or beast that I run from ain't been born, and its mama's already dead.
Better get the shovels out because we'll blow you into the ground.
I ain't running from nothing. I never have in my whole life, and I ain't gonna start now.
As far as I'm concerned, that little puke, I put him over my knees,
pull down his pants and give him an old-fashioned spanking, because I cannot stand him.
You're not going to sacrifice my babies for some damn bear.
Yeah, with a friggin' grenade launcher.
I raised both hands in the air, and I cussed at him. Yeah, get out of here, yeah.
Go, stuff him head first in a barrel.
He looked at me like, "Oh, F yourself."
That speakerphone from the radio is implanted into his ear.
It's like switched at birth.
Boom!
The
I
distant
hit him
cousins.
hard.
The distant
Tyler
cousins.
said I damn near corkscrewed his head.
I'll do some breaking.
This guy's a jerk, but he ain't been back since he got smacked by Carl.
A sandwich you don't need a bread for. A knuckle sandwich. You tell him, Hicks.
I mean, the referring to yourself in the third person, the violence, talking about your left hand sending people to the ground. I don't know. Just noticing some similarities. Speaking of which, that is the gentleman who just called us, as a matter of fact, was Mikey D.
Oh, you
And what's great is that he was talking about the fact that he had been listening to the show from last week's episode on YouTube. I was loving it so much and thought it was so great. And then he dropped the F-bomb, and then he was like, "Are we on the air?" Asks this after the fact. I said, "No, Mike, we're not." He's like, "Oh, good, because it's freaking awesome." So he uses the okay term after already realizing he's not on the air and dropping the F-bomb anyway. It's
Mikey
great.
D.
It's great. So Mikey D and Carl Moore switched at birth.
Yes.
Is pretty much what I think is going on. 508-531-1303. Call us up. Make requests.
You got a request there, don't you, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got something?
Yep, right there.
What's that? Oh, bring it into me.
Yep.
I will. Great.
Post-haste.
We're going to play that in the next block. And anything else anybody wants, if anybody happens to be listening, which I highly doubt at this point. But you never know. Who knows? Follow us on Twitter at SN Soundtrack. You can like us on Facebook, Saturday Night Soundtrack. I've already made a tweet, a Facebook post to whet the people's appetites about the Jared tribute.
Oh, you did?
It's going to be posted. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post the Jared tribute tomorrow, and the rest of the show will be posted between Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
So instead of making everyone wait for the goodness, I will just
when you post it, you got to have a setup on it.
What kind of setup do you want? I mean, it's going to say basically this is Jared's least favorite things. People are going to know what it is.
You got 2 comments on that one already.
Do I?
Well, one is from me.
One's from my wife.
Your wife, yeah.
Yes. That's right.
Anything good? What are they saying?
Well, she just said that she
Cannot wait to hear.
Oh, good.
I
Excellent.
just said that it's classic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like how he gets all excited, like they're legitimate people listening and commenting, and it's like, no,
it's just my wife.
No, sir, it's his wife and me. That's basically what's going on.
Oh, dear.
508-531-1303. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to get into, I think we're going to do our last classic rock block of the semester here. Do a classic rock block, come back on the air, maybe around, about a half hour or so, and do our farewell bit.
Yeah. Don't forget to play this song.
Oh, I'm gonna play the song. It's coming up in the next one.
Yeah.
Alrighty. 508-531-1303. If you do happen to be listening, you can make a call for requests. Saturday Night Soundtrack, 91.5 WBIM.
Bridgewater's Saturday Night Soundtrack with Rob Hicks is all request. Call 508-531-1303. The classic is our parts. What we rock is up to you.
91.5 WBIM Bridgewater Saturday Night Soundtrack. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta,
There I am.
Steve Rimmer.
Hello.
Took it out there with some Beatles. They're terrible performers.
They are.
And,
Sorry to say, but they are. They're terrible performers. People that cover their songs do better jobs. They were great songwriters. They just sucked at playing. Sorry.
Totally fine. Totally fine. It's all your comments just help us. That's all.
Yes.
That's all. So it has been.
What's in my ear?
It's been a great semester, you guys. We're about at the end of it here. 10:46, and
I'm gonna cry.
we close it up pretty soon, and well, it's gonna be it for a few months.
Sorry, Gene.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You have a better view than I do.
I can't see a single thing. I can't say it.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to... Did you just say sorry to your wife? The fact that you're going to be...
Yes, I'm going to be home on Saturday evenings once again. Sorry.
She's going to be like, can you find someplace to just go?
Yes.
Can you just go someplace, please?
Somewhere.
You want to just go someplace for a while?
I can imagine her doing that.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
WBIM?
Huh?
Hey, guess who?
Hello.
Oh, God, get off the phone.
Hey, I'm leaving the campus, and you cats. I'm gonna miss you fools for 3 months, 4 months, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I've done the math 3 times, and I still can't work it out. It's several months is all I know.
Yeah, I do the math.
Yeah,
you know,
not
from May till September.
It's too late to be trying to figure that out.
We can't figure that out, and here we are. All of us are in college.
My understanding of it is that it's 4 months. I'm figuring roughly 4 months because June, July, August, September. We're going to come back, and I know we don't come back within the first week of September. It's probably going to end up being the second or third. So it's going to be...
I'll be here then.
So it's going to be about 4 months from now.
Yeah, I'll be here then.
Absolutely.
What are we going to say? Mr. Hicksville.
Yes.
You got my number, so both of them. So expect after some weeks, just give me a call. We'll get hooked up, go grab a coffee, tea, or something. We'll hang out with the other two stooges, and we'll create some mayhem somewhere.
If you put some liquor in my coffee or tea, we'll make a deal.
Hey, whatever it takes, you know.
Right.
All right, let me let you cats go. I got to go to my place for a moment, pick up the check, and then who knows what we're going to do.
I don't want to know.
Okay, maybe some heavy making out and smooching. Okay.
Oh, my God. We end this on a high note.
Necking.
Oh, jeez. So, yeah, necking. Oh, there we go.
Don't you fall backwards?
What do you? Yeah, what's good? I hope that happens. I really do.
Well, I'm frightened that it'll damage some of the equipment.
No, that's true. That's always a possibility. So, you okay?
I'm stuck.
He's going to rue the day I ever showed him this game.
I already do.
I already rue the day you showed him this game.
Why? Keep quiet.
Not at the right time, sir. So before we go, one last thing that we're just going to talk about now, and then
we got like 30 seconds before the door gets kicked in.
we'll get a plan going.
A T-shirt. Do you give a shit about a T-shirt?
Okay, so here's the plan. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Here's the goal. I want when we come back in September, because we got 4 months on this thing. I want to actually have the T-shirts.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Like we're not even I'm serious. In the first episode, we're not even going to be talking about what we're going to do with the T-shirts. Potentially, hypothetically, mythical T-shirts. T-shirts will just exist.
Yep.
Because we will have gotten it done over the summer.
Yeah.
That's our summer project.
Yeah, that's fun.
All right,
you know what your summer project is?
What?
Putting our names on the damn thing.
Well, how about I work on that while you just work on the T-shirts?
I will. Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't worry about it.
So, our names on
I'll give you an update in a month.
Okay, that's good.
There you go.
Good.
Moving on, let's go.
Oh, jeez.
I got something planned that I should have before we start the next session, too.
What's that?
I'm not telling you. Wouldn't be surprised.
Ooh.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But it'll help.
So, yes, it has been a pleasure doing the show with you guys.
Likewise.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Think back on how far we've come. The first episode of the semester was when we were trudging through snow.
Mm-hmm.
I was parked at the ass end of the campus here. Had to walk through the thing. You were probably thinking to yourself, this is not a freaking good start. I'm not too sure about that. I don't know what I got myself in here.
I think the question I had was only that one time that we got here and the other dudes were here. That we had to go and trudge through the snow. Well, actually, we were walking in the middle of the street because you couldn't even walk on the sidewalks.
That was a bit of a concern.
Yeah.
A bit of a concern.
I picked you guys up.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you did? Yeah, everything
was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
But that was just the only concerning time, and then past that point, and it's been smooth sailing.
Absolutely.
You know what really sucks? Whoever was here before left their headphones.
Yeah, I know.
Whoever was here, they left their phone,
They
too.
left their phone in there.
There's a phone in here. It's all busted up, and it doesn't look like anything they want, but...
Oh, I thought it was like your iPod that you played junk on.
Nope.
But, seriously, if you want to like us on Facebook, please do so, Saturday Night Soundtrack. And you can follow us on Twitter at SN Soundtrack.
I think he's getting ready to punch a bear.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on. 2
I'm
minutes,
stuck.
sir.
You don't understand. I'm stuck.
You're squandering these last moments that we have.
No, I'm listening just fine. You said punching a bear.
No, I said
Steve actually said that. He's the one with the British accent. I'm the one in here in this room. But yeah, if you follow us on Twitter and you like us on Facebook, you can catch up with all the stuff that we're going to be posting. Obviously, All of the highlights from this week's show is going to be up probably by Tuesday, because we got 8 hours of programming to upload this time. So Tuesday, I would say, will be a reasonable estimate. The tribute to Jared is going to be that's going to be uploaded by tomorrow.
Good.
So keep an eye out
Mother's
for that.
Day.
And if you if you like us on Facebook and you follow us on Twitter, we're going to be again posting articles about classic rock stuff, about pop culture things, and then we're also going to have we'll probably put together some best of packages, and if Mikey D wants a tribute, maybe I can work something up. That guy. And that'll be it. And then you can you can keep all that stuff with you to bridge the gap until we come back in September. Yeah. September what?
Who knows?
I have absolutely no idea.
We'll work that out when we get there.
Just let me know.
No idea whatsoever. One of us will let you know. Yes. Absolutely. So until then, we bid you farewell, and I'm going to leave you with one song by Guns N' Roses that is good advice for all of you out there. Depending on how you feel about us leaving, just remember, don't cry. Because we'll be back in September with the Saturday Night Soundtrack, all new special effects and all kinds of junk. Yes. Whatever you need, it'll all be there. Thank you again, Steve, Jared. Been a pleasure.
Thank you. This has been good. This has been a good time.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens.
I don't like that show.
Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens.
Budgie will fight Rush in a ring and win.
Brown paper packages tied up with strings.
I'm just saying, I'm not a big fan of exposition.
These are a few of my favorite things.
If you're into John Mellencamp,
who is?
Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels.
The thing with the Foo Fighters, there just seems to be something missing.
Doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles.
This might be AC/DC's last run, so maybe I should catch them. But then I'm like, meh, this just meh.
Wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings.
Santana,
nope.
He's going to be the Blue Hills.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Steely Dan, they're also coming to the Blue Hills.
Not even worth a
July.
mention. Not even worth a mention on this radio station. Move on. Who's next?
Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes.
Screw Steely Dan.
Snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes.
I can't stand Kiss.
Silver white winters that melt into springs.
Def Leppard.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Anything but Def Leppard twice.
When the dog bites.
I can't stand them.
When the bee stings.
One-armed drummer. Who are you?
When I'm feeling sad.
Get off the stage.
Simply remember my favorite things.
You have one arm, sir.
And then I don't feel
Here's my thing about the Beatles. I think they're terrible performers.
so bad.
This is a stupid show.